Well, let's start now.
Well, let's start then, podcast lady.
Podcast lady.
Like Zoie, mama,
I don't like that name.
Relentless.
Yeah.
What up, Zoe?
I'll take that back.
What up, Zoe?
Didn't feel good leaving.
Relentless.
Shut the fuck up, Clyde!
Except Trey.
Welcome, everyone. I feel like it's been okay. Oh my.
Hey, you said sound effects on 10.
Oh man.
I got you.
Doing
Yo,
a freestyle.
here. We good.
What else you got in the bag? Oh, so many guns.
We getting
1945 gun was that?
that was a musket.
What the hell is that? Welcome everyone to episode 22? 2 or 3?
I don't know. I'm confused because of the bonus episodes. Now I'm not sure if we're like
20-something. Episode 20-something of the Relentless Diaries. I am your main host, Zoe, here with the two infamous nuances of my life. You guys can go ahead.
Infamous nuances.
Does that make sense?
Can you call someone a nuance?
You
Does that
definitely
even
can.
We started this in 2010. I'm a nuance in your life still?
You call someone a nuance?
a nuance?
I think you can, right?
Did you mean a nuisance?
Yes. We don't speak English on this podcast.
Y'all don't speak. I am 2 for 2 on corrections for y'all. Because I was like, I don't think a nuance is a noun.
Mine was a little worse.
A Gregorius and now nuance. I meant nuisance.
I think it's funny that you said nuance. I thought it meant nuisance. So
Anyways, introduce yourself, please. We have a guest. We need to practice our manners.
It's goody in the hoodie like A Boogie. Back and better like Bryson Tiller. It's your boy Trezor, a.k.a. Poppy Trey, a.k.a. the Toronto Tiller, a.k.a. the president of Faithful Black Man Association. Don't chase me, chase your dreams, you heard?
yes, sir. The podcaster, rapper, actor, but make the money come faster. Clyde Smitty, Mr. Flying Jiggy, you know.
Who are
Go
you?
ahead, Mirna.
I don't have anything that fancy. I'm Mirna, also known as The Impatient Tourist. I help you with your flyouts.
Yes, the impatient tourist. So give us, before we get into everything, shout out your blog, tell us what you do, and then we'll get into, the messiness and the details and all that stuff about you and your life and your brand and your story.
What accent is that?
I don't know. Wakanda first.
Jesus.
That Angela Bassett accent that you're
That Angela Bassett accent is what I... Okay, no, stop. Mirna, go ahead.
So I have a travel blog that was made for the middle people who don't want necessarily luxury, but people who also don't want to sleep in hostels. Mm-hmm. So I tried to make it affordable for everyone to, travel safely and have a good time and get out of cold Canada as often as possible.
Period. And it snowed today for the first time this winter. November, was it 14th, 15th? And it snowed. So if you are looking to travel and get out of here for affordable prices, please check out the Impatient Tourist blog. So what exactly does your blog do? Like, explain it in base level.
Okay, so my blog basically has 2 parts. Is I talk about my travels, and I also, every time I travel, I put a budget so people have an idea of hey, if I want to go there, this is how much it's going to cost me. Mm-hmm. And I also plan itineraries for people, so people will request and be like, hey, this is my budget, this is where I want to go. What can you find me for this?
Right.
So those are basically the 2 main things I do.
Okay, so if I'm a person, I'm like, hey, I want to go to Turks and Caicos for Christmas, and here's my budget. You can be able to find the flights for me, find different options for me to stay, whatever. I pay you a fee, and you do all that work.
That's it. Just today, posted a flight to Turks and Caicos for $598 for Christmas.
I did see that.
Which is amazing given that it's November 15th and you can get a flight like that for Christmas, the most expensive week of the year to fly anywhere.
I saw that and I was tempted, but I was like, I feel like I have to be here for Christmas this year for my family. But I feel like I'm just going to fuck off one Christmas. I think I'm decided, one Christmas, I'm like, bro, I'm just going to go about my business. I'll leave gifts for y'all under the tree, but I'm out.
It's
So do you just do international stuff, or could I be like, yo, I want to go to Atlanta?
No, not even.
Atlanta
do within
is
Ontario.
international.
I do within Ontario. People will be like, hey, I want to have a staycation somewhere in Blue Mountain. I want to go to Mont Tremblant. I want to go to Vancouver.
Maybe a flight to Sault Ste. Marie.
Super international. You know what I mean when I say
But
international?
Atlanta is an
I don't mean the
international flight.
States.
You mean outside of North America?
Yes.
Okay.
I plan trips to Miami regularly. Not sure if they come back as friends, but I plan them.
Oh, they don't. I can answer that for you already.
Yeah, so I've been traveling, I guess I wouldn't say a lot, but more than the average person in the last What?
You travel a lot.
You think I travel a lot?
I think you do. I think that's a fair statement.
People travel like once a year, maybe.
Okay, no, I definitely travel more than once a year. But yeah, I think I travel a lot more than the average person. And I think now, so I just came back from a trip in St. Martin. I had a really, really good time. Like after my grandpa passed, I just went for like a really good reset with like my friends. And I'm really glad that I went because I came back and I felt, October was a horrible month for me. So I came back and I just felt more like, I don't know, I was ready to like I was doing more better at work. I was ready to like take on more. I just felt like very like refreshed and like reset and my mind was clear. It was a really good opportunity for me to just like let go of all the grief and like stress I was carrying, just like literally just like relax.
And now that I think about it, you definitely travel more than the average person. Since we've done this, you went to St. Martin, Jamaica, DC, New York, Italy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh fuck
Like,
yeah.
It's one of the biggest elements
DC,
of working
that
with this
was all this
podcast
year.
is working around Zoe's travel schedule.
Yes, that was all
It's a
this
big thing.
year.
Yeah, you're right.
That's crazy.
Interesting.
No, it's fine.
I
But
guess I do.
you definitely are a frequent traveler.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think about that. Okay, maybe I do travel a lot. I definitely do. Okay, but regardless. So yeah, went to St. Martin, really had a really good trip. I'll get into some funny stuff that happened over there. But one thing I did notice, like to go off like your blog, is I don't like resorts.
Same.
I've, at this point in my traveling journey, and before I didn't mind resorts, like, I can go on a resort, you get unlimited food, you get unlimited drinks, but it's kind of like by day 3, you're like, fuck, I'm still at this same buffet with this kind of same shitty food. The liquor's okay, whatever. I had the best time, even though we spent a little bit more money, I had the best time just staying in a villa and going out to dinner every single night and just trying new restaurants. And we ate so good. Like St. Martin had really good food. We went to Pineapple Pete. Everyone going to St. Martin. This place called Pineapple Pete. Food was fucking outstanding. They had this crab stuffed shrimp, like a shrimp stuffed this crab type. It was so good. The jerk chicken Alfredo was outstanding. The seafood is amazing in St. Martin. So I really enjoyed eating like food in the actual country, like going to restaurants and eating out. I feel like at a resort, you don't get that. Not even close to that.
So the issue I have also with resorts is your interaction with locals should not be the ones serving you food and drinks.
Yeah.
So you should definitely be outside of that. And also, I don't go on vacation to hang out with other Canadians because the resort is probably other Canadians and other Americans.
Yeah.
That's not the purpose of me traveling.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm at that point in my, like I said, travel journey where I'm going to start investing more money in just like villas and, get a safe villa. We're in a nice, really gated or like security bound community. Just getting a nice villa and just like going out to we were in different beaches, different areas, like French side or Dutch side. And we were doing boat tours and we were going into the city and the coastlines and we were just doing a lot more. So I really enjoyed that.
But I feel like for that to go successfully, you have to at least have one friend in your group who is that person that can organize trips. Because if it's just me and the mandem and we go to St. Martin, we're at the villa and we're like, all right, so what do we do? We're like, I don't know. Where do we go? I don't know.
So Cam, my girl who was one of my friends, I went with Cam and Soraya and Cam's parents. Cam had an itinerary in a Google Docs that she sent to us maybe 3 weeks out before the trip, and we could all
See, we're not doing that.
we could all edit in there, but it's day 1, this spot, day 2, this spot, day 3, this spot, day 4. I don't know, you pick somewhere, but
y'all be finding places on TikTok.
Yeah,
and stuff.
literally, she was TripAdvisor, TikTok, Google, anywhere, and she found some really, I'm genuinely impressed with the food spots that she found, the beach, because she found some really great shit, really good shit. So. As long as you're right, you do need someone in that group to hold it down, though.
Especially if it's a group of men, you're almost doomed. Because we went to Miami, we went to Walmart, and we came home with 60 eggs and tater tots to eat for the week.
60 eggs.
True
Oh
story.
my God!
60
True
blood
story.
clot pussy.
True story. We got 100 wings from Wingstop, 60 eggs, and a bunch of hash browns, and somehow we thought that was going to do something for us.
They just go to the fast food restaurants that they don't have in Canada and then just Walmart for bare essentials.
And after day 2, nobody wanted eggs anymore. Nobody wanted the cold, dry wings anymore. So whoever stayed at that B&B next got a
Oh my God, you left
blessing.
it there? Damn.
Of course, I can't take 60 eggs
60
back on a
eggs.
plane.
That would be questionable.
Yeah.
That would be very questionable.
Yeah, the only thing we bought was we got St. Martin, obviously straight duty free, bought a shit ton of bottles. And then we bought breakfast stuff, hash browns, eggs, fruits, oats, coffee, tea, whatever. I think we only cooked breakfast maybe 2 or 3 times. But yeah, it was really good. Just Yeah, the food I was very impressed. I don't think I can go back to resort because I would never get that food on a resort.
It's never the same.
Impossible.
Also, I think it's easier for y'all too because with a lot of men's deciding factor on if they have fun or not is if there's women around. I feel like girls can have fun at a villa by themselves. You guys are talking,
for sure,
doing whatever.
Oh hell yeah,
guys! If we spend our hard-earned money and go to Jamaica for 5 days and we meet no girls, that was a waste of money.
Yeah,
that was a complete waste of time
Well,
and money.
think so?
That's how bad they're gonna think.
Yeah,
that was a complete waste of time or money. We came here and we met nobody. That's crazy.
Yeah, sure. We can hang out with each other. That's like I actually that's one of my favorite parts of my vacation.
Yeah, my friends, we can hang out with each other and we can hang out in silence. Like there's days where like we'll just be like just chilling, doing our own thing. Like we're by the pool. It's like, all right, so y'all want to talk now? It's like, okay, yeah, sure.
I do also find though when women travel in groups, I mean, you guys can speak to the men's part. When men but I find activities and things fall in our lap easier as women.
Of
like
course.
I get people offering me to do things that are like random. I don't know if
That's
men
not gonna
get
happen
the same.
for us.
Yeah.
No. No
I'm
way.
suspicious about anything that gets offered.
Same,
to me.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Because girls, y'all are way more like free and open and accepting to things. Girls will be like, yeah, we met some guys and we jumped on the back of their motorcycle and we went to this party on the. I'm not going on the back of nobody's motorcycle to go get kidnapped in Turks and Caicos. Like,
Okay, so the story.
you jumped on the back of somebody's motorcycle and ended up like,
So in St. Martin, we got there, right? And Burna Boy had a show. Fell right perfectly within our trip. So I think we landed on November 3rd and Burna Boy's trip or show was November 5th. So perfect timing. I enjoy Burna Boy's music. I think he's an amazing artist. I do really like Burna Boy. So when we got there, there's Burna Boy signs everywhere. You're driving through Marten, it's Burna Boy's headlining. People at the bars like, hey, you going to the show? You here for the show? Where are you from? You here for the show? So it's a big thing. In St. Martin, it's big, but it's not at the same time, right? Like it's two separate sides of the islands. You have the French side and the Dutch side, but they intertwine a lot. Everything's divided by a roundabout. Literally, there's like hundreds of roundabouts in St. Martin. That's how you either go left, the French side, you go right for the Dutch side. So everyone's talking about this Burna Boy show. So I'm like, okay, Burna Boy's here. I've never been to a show in the islands. I like Burna Boy, so I should go. Ended up, so we've heard about it. So the night before the show, or maybe 2 nights before, the night we landed, our server was like, yeah, there's a show here, Burna Boy, whatever. They mentioned, like, okay, cool, stuff like that. So I ended up meeting this really cool guy, who like, I guess he like works with Burna Boy, right?
ended up meeting.
But see what I mean? This
would never happen to us.
Yeah.
That dude would have looked me in my face and walked right past me, and I would have been standing outside singing "Last Last" with the valet.
Facts.
Anyways, I met him the night before the show. Yeah, and I mean, this cool guy, and I saw him on Instagram, whatever. We're like messaging, cool. And then he was like, yeah, you should come out. Cause I'm like, we don't really know what to do. I'm like, obviously, like, you're here for the show and you guys must have an organizer or whatever. He mentioned he was here for the show. I'm like, okay, like, what are you guys doing tonight? We're going out to dinner, but we want to go out. So he sent us this cool. He's like, yeah, me and the guys are going to be here, whatever. Cool. We went, had a great time. It was really fun, whatever. Like I said, he was a really nice guy. So he ended up like, like, oh, if you want to come to the show, I'll hook you guys up. You know what I'm saying? I'll sort you out. Send me your names, whatever. I said, great, amazing, so happy, thank you, very grateful. Also, remember that it rained in St. Martin a lot, right? And I was a little skeptical, like, is he gonna perform in the rain? But I was like, maybe, like, maybe he will. I don't know. So the thing is, my friends were like, okay, so like, I think he performed in the rain in Trinidad and Tobago, so maybe he'll perform. I'm like, okay, cool. So the guy's like, go to the box office. Your names are there. Let me know when you go to the box office, get your tickets or whatever. Cool. Go to the box office. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's raining, but it's not crazy. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's raining a bit. And I message him like, hey, it's raining. He's like, don't worry about it. It's cool. I'm like, all right, bet. Go pick up your tickets. Cool. Go to the box office, give him my name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Here are your wristbands. You guys are good. You guys should get access to whatever. Set for the show. So I'm like, the show's happening, right? She's like, yeah, you're good. Mind, these people are inside a booth. It's raining. As soon as I go to grab these paper wristbands from the lady, it like torrential downpours. Like, it's like someone turned on a light switch and it just started pouring. And I'm outside and I can just feel the water just hitting it. Like it just felt like someone was just like taking buckets of water and just splashing my back. And I was like, okay, Zoe, it's fine. Just get a poncho. It's fine. The show's still gonna go on. So I'm trying to keep the wristbands dry. I throw the wristbands inside my bra to keep them dry. Cause I'm like, bro, the wristbands get wet, we're fucked. Put the wristbands in my body, get dry, run to the car. The roads are completely flooded. Run to the car, get in. They're like, yo, the wristbands. I said, yeah. I'm like, yo, we need to get poncho and umbrellas because if he performs this, we're gonna be fucked. We're driving and it's like, it's bad. Like it is like tsunami bad. And in my head, I'm like, is he gonna perform? Like, is he gonna perform in this? And then we're driving. I'm like, okay, let's go back to the villa, get some umbrellas, get a poncho, whatever. Get back to the villa, and the show's canceled. And I'm like, okay, are you going to reschedule it? No. Okay, so are you going to have it if the rain stops? Nope. And I was like, okay. So this guy was so grateful enough or was so helpful enough to give us or provide us with these access wristbands to Burna Boy's show. The one time, and when he came to Toronto, I didn't see him because he came, he came during OVO Fest and then that Kingston Fest bullshit happened. And I literally watched Burna Boy walk in and walk out of Kingston Fest because that shit was it was a shit show. So this is the one opportunity for me to see Burna Boy. And I was blessed enough to meet this guy and he hooked us up with these fucking all access wristbands and it was taken away like that. And that was it.
I feel so bad. That's such a good opportunity.
I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all.
Don't be like that.
I'm sorry.
Don't be an asshole.
I'm sorry, I don't feel bad.
Why?
Because you win some, you lose some. You can't just take W's all the time.
Says who?
That's not life. That's the life that you live, but that's not real life.
It's not.
You win some, you lose some. This is the same way I felt when you guys went to the Dave concert and left me outside.
Hold on.
I didn't go. I didn't get in. I didn't see Dave.
You left your store outside.
Okay.
X-Files.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Let's really
No,
address
all
that.
I'm saying is concerts are a gamble. Especially when it's like concerts are a gamble.
But we weren't gambling. We had, I think I have it, in my purse still. I had the wristbands in my hand.
Yeah.
It wasn't a gamble. We were secure. The guy hooked it up.
Weather is a big part of concerts. That happened to me at Rolling Loud in New York. We got rained on when Future came out with Offset.
Yeah.
It was literally like a weather warning. They shut down the whole festival. I don't feel bad. I'm sorry.
Fuck off, Tresor.
I don't feel bad. You can't see everybody. Sorry.
Well, I'm gonna try to see him. I don't know if he ever come back to Toronto or where he'll be at. I think he's touring the States or I don't know if he's still touring the Caribbean. Idea. I don't know. But I want to see Burna Boy live. I heard he's a really good performer.
I heard it's really good.
I heard he's a really good performer.
I'd love
so
to see Burna Boy, yeah.
I'll find a way. Everything happens for a reason, but when there's a will, there's a way.
I hope the next one's indoors.
Yeah, I hope so. If he's in America, it'll likely be indoors. But I want it to be island vibes, outside, you know what I'm saying? Hot outside, he's performing. That's fine. There will be another day.
They're not going to bring Burna Boy to Dream Weekend?
When is Dream Weekend?
August. It's the same weekend as Caravana.
Maybe next year. I don't know. I don't know that far. I don't know his schedule. I mean, that would make sense, though, because he has a good amount of ties in Jamaica and,
I make them do Tony and sing.
Yeah, I know. They got to do that one together.
Weekend.
Have they? They haven't performed that together, have they? Not that I know.
Popcorn was there when he walked away, right?
Yeah,
he was
supposed to come on and surprise because I literally watched him walk backstage and he was like, you can tell they were like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? And he got back in his fucking, what's it called?
Black truck
and you turned out of there. And I said, God damn, well, Burna Boy's about to perform and fucking Kingston Fest ruined it. But yeah, I think.
What happened to the reconciliation thing?
Wasn't
I saw
that 2
Marlon
days
talk
ago?
about it.
It was supposed to be on the
the
12th.
It was
12th.
supposed to be, yeah. I don't know.
They ran.
Of course they ran. Really thought they were going to come back and do some shit. You think any
In
artist will
November,
trust
too?
them?
That's crazy.
And on Remembrance Day, because people forget.
Yeah, right? And I think.
All I think about is Brandon Gomez and the dude doing the interview and the background music.
Yeah, it was a shit show. And I don't think people should have expected for that shit to happen. What artist is coming back for that? After it was such a fucking nightmare.
Yeah,
no artist is coming back for that. But speaking of vacation, girls be getting flued out a lot.
Yeah.
I've been flued out a couple times. And
Have you been flown out?
I have not. I have not, Tresor.
Wow. Shocker there.
Coincidence.
anyways, with you being a travel connoisseur, what are some tips you have for the baddies when they are getting flown out?
We could take a bathroom break because we don't need to be here for this. This is
Why?
useless. This is
You
useless
are-
information for us.
why?
You're
This
not
is
a
useless.
baddie?
What am I doing with the fly out tips?
You're not a baddie?
Continue.
So honestly, the first thing I'm always gonna tell people is get the money and book it yourself. That I cannot reiterate this enough. If a man offers to pay for your flight, he should send you the money and you will book it yourself. So there's no playing around about cancellations because it is you booking it. I tell people that all the time. One of the biggest things is book it yourself. Have him send the money and book yourself, not on his credit card. No. Get Cash App, PayPal, I don't care what it is. Get the money and book the flight yourself. Because then
I'm
you
going
can
to push back on that as the man, though.
Here we go. He's gonna do this your whole segment, so go ahead.
I hear that, but if I don't really know you, how do I know I'm not about to just send you this $400 and
That's
you run
true.
off with my money?
But you trust her to be in private with you at nighttime when you're vulnerable.
It's all a gamble. It's all the gamble.
But that's the thing. It's a different gamble for men and women, though. That's a safety thing.
Yeah.
Because I can't be flying to wherever, and now you're like, oh, this didn't work out or this didn't go well, and you cancel my flight home.
Good
Don't
point.
get me wrong. Part number 2.
Bring your own money.
Do not travel as a broke bitch ever in your life. That is the most. I've had some messed up things happen on my own trips, solo, and I know sometimes you just need money. Like it just happens. So when I see these stories and people are like, I had to like go have a GoFundMe for a bus back from Ohio. Like, what do you? Pardon?
Yeah.
Like, no, you have to have your own money. And number 3, the room situation. So every time, I mean, we only hear about unsuccessful fly-out stories, right?
That's
All
true.
the good ones, you're not going to hear about. I know lots of people got flown out. I do itineraries for fly-outs regularly, and I know what it's a fly-out because they're honest.
Do men ask you like, "Hey, I'm trying to fly this girl out. Can you give me an itinerary?"
Yes, absolutely, because they've never been to the place either. It's, you know what it is? People have a misconception. People usually think that they're flying someone to their city. A lot of the time, they're meeting in neutral ground.
Yeah, I've had that.
Yeah, people, because a lot of women won't go to the guy's house. Like,
Yeah.
that's not, but that's why I'm saying the room
I've also done that.
situation. Discuss that, because I know people like to play up like, honestly, are you trying to fuck or no? Because I know we get this weird, don't get me wrong, you can revoke consent, men and women, at any point. Doesn't matter if you discussed it or not. But like, be honest about this. Like, are you going there to smash?
Yeah.
If that's not a 100%, you should be booking 2 rooms.
This might sound crazy, but I'm not accepting a fly out from a man that I know I'm not gonna have sex with.
I agree.
That's just what it is. I've had men offer to fly me out who I'm not attracted to. I'm like, it's not gonna happen because I know I'm gonna get. Not to say I'm smart, but it's like, come on, like read between the lines. I know I'm gonna get there. I'm not gonna play the, oh my God, I'm not like, why? I'm not gonna waste my time and yours. I'm just not gonna come.
Agreed.
So why am I
I think
gonna
doing that though, like accepting the fly out and knowing that you probably wouldn't, is like treacherous.
Like I said, everyone can revoke consent. I personally wouldn't put myself through that, or I don't care to really get flown out that badly to get a free trip on this man's dime, knowing I don't want to have sex with him or knowing I don't see him romantically. That doesn't make sense to me.
I completely agree when people are like, oh, we got there and they weren't about it and now I canceled her flight. And now I canceled this and I'm like, oh, hold on now.
That's petty.
And also people like to pretend like they didn't have that conversation before. Like sex was never on the table.
Yeah.
I love my friends. I don't know if I'd fly them to me just for the hell of it. They're actually my friends. Some random guy? For what? What is your purpose otherwise? To have a conversation? We can do that on the phone.
Exactly. Exactly.
Closer?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, me batting up men should be closer to the mic.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's definitely, I think, safety. And also, at least one person needs to know your full itinerary. I know people some people feel shamed about flyouts and stuff like that, because I know someone's going to give you oh my God, he's going to be a serial killer, stuff like that. One person should know your flight information, your stay information. To be honest, his phone number.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's and that's again, men and women, because male baddies get flown out too.
Look at his face. He's sick. He was like, no, the fuck we don't.
I'm not saying it's out of the realm of possibility. It's
But it just
definitely
never
possible.
happened to you. But you've been asked.
I've been asked, but
Okay, so you can't
But
say.
I don't even know if they were like, if that was really gonna happen. you know,
How'd the
like she
conversation
said
go?
it because she was like, basically she was like, oh, I'm going to, she wasn't from there anyways. It was like a neutral place. I think she was like, I'm going to Brooklyn. Like, come with me. I'll pay for your flight.
Okay, that's a
And
fly
I was
out,
like,
baby.
That's definitely a fly out.
I was like, nah, I'm cool. Because I didn't really, it wasn't like that.
You didn't see the sexual.
It wasn't like
It wasn't
that.
sexually
We weren't
enticing.
there.
So do you think it was an expectation if you had gone?
For sure.
There you go.
100%.
Really, there you go.
100%. So I was just like, nah.
Yeah,
I could have went and be like, oh, I just came to just
be company with you. Kick it.
I came for a Nets
yeah.
game.
Like, I didn't come to kick it.
Yeah.
I came to watch KD. But I wouldn't do that to her. Like,
Yeah.
because, you know, there's people love to act dense. There's like unspoken expectations within
Absolutely.
every interaction that you have with people. And don't act like you don't know. You don't have to do anything, but just don't act like you don't know. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree with that, and that's why I don't accept flyouts from men who I know I'm not gonna have sex with. Every flyout I've had ended in sexual relations.
Every flyout.
Okay, there's only been like two or
So
three.
how many have there been? Hit the button.
I think like only 2 men have flown me out, but it's been like multiple times between the 2 of them, I guess.
Okay, this frequent flyer. Aeroplan miles up there. Huh?
Platinum status.
I don't even use that stuff, you know. I know I
Missing
probably
out.
should.
You're
I just
missing
started.
out. Oh,
What do you? I don't really. Yeah, no, I don't. Because I don't fly the same airline all the time.
that's okay.
Does it matter?
Does it matter?
Use like Expedia so you can at least rack up some type
Oh,
of
I use
points,
Expedia.
right?
Yeah, I have points on Expedia. I
Yeah,
won't lie. I do have
yeah.
points on
See?
Expedia. Yeah.
Some way. If you can get something.
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
it's-
I need a Nexus. That's what I need.
Oh, here we
Got
go.
mine the week before COVID.
Yeah, now
Got
it's
it in the mail.
impossible.
You know
No.
why? Did you hear the story of why Nexus is shut down?
No.
So, American Canadian government have a disagreement on if because the Americans do the interview for us to get a Nexus,
Okay.
if they should be allowed to carry guns
Wait, what do you mean?
To Canada?
in the airport, because that's where your interview is.
Okay.
And so their border guys want to carry guns, and like Canada has a difference of opinion apparently about that.
Yeah, because why you guys want to carry guns?
Because they're American, and
I know, but it's just an interview for a Nexus card. Goddamn, why
But
do you be strapped?
There's literally there's people. I saw a TikTok recently where a girl drove to like St. Louis to do her like Nexus interview because it's a wait of 400,000 right now in Canada to get a Nexus.
So what does Nexus do?
Line bypass.
Yeah. You
It's
get crazy
amazing. You just
perks.
like so when I was just coming back from the Bahamas, for example, my parents stood in like the normies line and I had like my line. So basically I just walk up, a screen takes a photo like of my face, it immediately recognizes me and I walk through.
Yeah, you're a trusted flyer, which means you don't have to go through all the security bullshit. Like you literally just
How much does that cost?
$50 for 5 years.
A month?
No, $50.
What?
Yeah,
Why do I
that's-
not
yeah,
have
yeah,
a...
yeah, yeah. It seems like a great investment.
What?
Yeah, and if you drive,
guy said a
if you
month.
drive across the border, you have your own line as well.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait in like a Detroit line,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
like the
yeah,
Buffalo.
yeah.
Trust me,
Butter my rump and call me toast.
is it only $50?
it's only $50.
What you
Why
say?
feels like 500?
It's $50 for 5 years.
Well, it's like-
I'm on... Wait, but you said there's a dumb wait.
Yeah,
400,000
400,000
yeah.
people,
So I'm not getting that for 3 years.
maybe, unless you drive out and
Do
do
I
an
have to
interview.
drop a deposit?
No, so like my boyfriend recently did it,
deposit
and you
of
have to just do it like
$50.
online. He paid the 50. They have to approve it, and then you have to. The tough part is booking the interview.
So I
That's
could
the
just
thing.
do the interview in the States?
Yeah, you can book your interview anywhere as long as it's in America or Canada. But it's just like
Getting
where-
an interview.
Yeah. Oh man.
Does it
it's-
give you like a list of where
Yeah,
like,
so for me-
available times?
Yeah, so for us, I think it was like Fort Erie or Pearson. I did mine at Pearson. You just go there. They literally just like ask you about your like work history, which you already filled out. For me, the toughest part was how many countries and name all of them you've been to in 10 years. I was like, ooh, might as well just ask me how many people I've slept with. Like
Oh my god!
like, what? And
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
this country on this day, like, but that was the toughest. And then you get fingerprinted, and they kind of give you the rules of like what you can and cannot do with your Nexus. So basically, claim everything when you cross the border, even if you. I remember, I'll never forget. The guy said it to me. Even if you have a granola bar, claim it, because if we catch you transporting food you didn't claim, we'll revoke your Nexus.
Oh fuck, eh?
Yep. So I'm very honest now, which was
Even a
yeah.
granola bar? I carry like little shit like that all the time.
I thought we were cool, but
Yeah.
like now I'm completely honest. I'm like, this is all in my bag.
Like I had a Twix the other day. I
I'm
didn't
signing up for that.
Honestly, if you can, I'm telling everyone, especially during COVID, the way, I mean, you guys heard how Pearson lineups have been. My parents waited an hour and a half in that security line.
Shit.
And I was out in under 4 minutes.
That's why last time when I went to New York, I used that app. What's it called?
Oh, mobile passport control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
My
was
boyfriend
clutch.
used that so
I would have
good.
missed my flight. If
So
I didn't
good.
Use it.
So good.
Yeah,
I'm signing up for that.
It's hard though.
Is that the same as like TSA pre-check?
So I have to, TSA, I have to, so you type in your, a known traveler number. So for example, when I just flew with American Airlines, it says on my boarding pass, TSA pre-check. And which is great because then you don't have to like take off your shoes. And to be honest, you rarely even scan your bag. It's awesome.
Word.
Yeah, I need that because I be fucking that up with the liquids. Because I'm a carry-on traveler. I hate checking a bag. I'm a carry-on
Team
bitch.
carry-on.
I will squish everything I need to into my personal bag and my carry-on.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
I wear size 12 shoes. That takes
Oh,
up half
okay,
of my
yeah,
bag.
yeah,
already.
yeah.
How many shoes do you need for a trip?
I need at least 3.
No.
I need 3.
Okay,
I need a white pair, a black pair, and a colored pair.
Okay, so you're wearing one of them.
I get
Oh,
that.
yeah, so you're wearing one of them on
And
the
I
floor.
wear slides.
No. See, no.
I wear slides. I need
You
a white,
never-
black, and
no,
color.
You
Slides on
put
the
the
flight.
heaviest on your feet. You
That
put the
does make
lightest in
sense.
your bag.
Yeah.
Okay, but even so, I need at least a white pair and a black pair. At least.
Even if you're going
Of
on like
shoes.
a tropical vacation, like the islands.
Yes. Maybe not white, but I need multiple shoes. I can't go with one pair of shoes.
I usually do one pair of heels, 2 pairs is like slides, whatever, and like Crocs. Now I'm a Croc girl.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
That won't work with my fits.
You're overthinking it.
People are so obsessed with fits on vacation. I get it. I'm a bum. I get it. Like I live in track pants. Like I get that, but it drives me insane when people are like, "Oh, Mirna, you have to get these fits off on vacation." I'm like, "Yo, you wore 3 different fits in front of Scarborough Town Center. No one gives
depends
a
where
shit
you-
what you're wearing in front of the Eiffel Tower because you're
I
in front of the
agree.
Eiffel Tower."
I agree, but I think it depends where you go. Like
violence.
I'm about to go to Jamaica.
So you're gonna have an all white linen outfit.
No.
You're good.
Literally, I was about to say I'm going to Jamaica. I'm buying like a pack of Marinas, a pack of white tees, and I'm just putting mad shorts. And that's
Yeah,
it.
there
I don't
you go.
care.
But that's okay.
But that's different than if I'm going to LA and I know I'm about to be out on the town. I need to have that shit on. I can't just go out. What if I run into Coco Jones and I'm wearing a
Okay. So
Come
let me-
on, you
So let me
know.
run this by you.
You need the nice J's for
The
Coco.
places you go, they don't have washers and dryers.
yeah, but you still need multiple choices. Like I can't dedicate where it's like, okay, Monday I'm wearing this, Tuesday I'm wearing
But
this.
no, but some people literally like put their fits on before the trip. Be like, all right, this is my Monday fit, boom. This is my Tuesday night fit, boom. We're going to this club on Wednesday. This is what I'm going to wear. Like people that literally do that.
I can't do that because if I change my mind, then what?
But that doesn't make sense as a man. Sorry, no disrespect to your gender, but like, you guys let me get bloated. Like, as a woman, my changes,
Yeah.
it changes because I'm like, oh, I'm feeling fat
No, see,
today.
but there's
Like,
things that like maybe if you do enough planning, you don't have to do that. But I think as even like when we went to Miami, I have a whole bunch of fits. This is what I plan to wear today, but okay, it's kind of colder than I thought. I can't wear this t-shirt and this shorts. Now I have to wear something else. If I don't have that, then what am I gonna do? You know?
understood.
Okay, I get it. But there's definitely a way. Other than the shoes, I get, but there's definitely ways for you to pack with just a carry-on. Because I do it all the time. All the time.
I did 21 days in Asia with a backpack.
Eh?
I did 17 days in Europe during winter with a
Yeah.
backpack. Like,
I checked a bag going to Italy. That was the only time I checked a bag. Because like, it's fucking Italy. And yeah.
They'll
But-
judge you though for looking like a bum there.
I know, exactly. So I had to check a bag for
What
Italy.
did they say?
What did they say?
You were wearing a Skechers.
You know, my mom.
Is that offensive?
Yo, that's as bad as a Gregory's.
Okay.
That's as bad as a Gregory's.
Okay.
Listen, this is what my mom told
Was
me
it
the first
French?
time we went
Is that
to
what he
Italy.
just did?
I don't know what that was.
My friends and I went to Italy. Me, Sherry, and Jumi went to Italy. And my mom said to me, I'll never forget this. She goes, do you know how you know you are ugly in Italy? If nobody pinches your butt at the train station. I was like, why is someone pinching my ass, Mom? She's like, because you're ugly. No one will pinch your ass then. But if they pinch your ass, you look good. I was, oh, fuck. I had no interest in
People
looking
are just
good at
running
that
around
point.
pinching bodies.
Interesting. I've never heard that one before. Did my ass? I don't think my ass got pinched in Italy.
Ain't no one pinched you.
No.
I'm surprised.
Like, I'd
I'm
actually
sure they would have loved you in Italy.
Chocolate. What do they eat in Italy?
Chocolate.
Okay, you know what? We're done.
Tiramisu.
I hate when Tresor laughs because he just like silently like sinister with
it's
his
a
laugh.
Cheshire cat
like
smile.
he's so silent, but he's dying. But he looks so sinister. Like what the fuck? Anyways, in other news, what were you gonna say?
I want to thank everybody that wished me a happy birthday yesterday.
Aw.
So thank you.
You're a Scorpio? Ew.
You didn't post anything.
Why do I gotta?
How would I know? It was your birthday yesterday.
Yeah. Well,
So you're Valentine's Day, baby.
Why didn't you say anything?
why do I gotta say something?
Because what the fuck?
What am I
How-
supposed to say?
How am I supposed to know if you've never told me when your birthday is?
I mean, I did the last recording.
I know you said, yeah, I remember you saying, oh, it's going to be around my birthday, our next recording. But like, hello, like, ring the alarm,
Yeah,
bitch.
you have to pinpoint.
No, I know. And the thing is, I had a bunch of plans that were, around the weekend and Monday and everything, and they just kind of ended up flopping. So I was kind of like, all right, we'll do a birthday next year.
I would have bought balloons or
And
something.
that's why. And
Do you know
that's
how I
why
feel about
you tell
birthdays?
people.
I know.
And that's why you tell people your birthday. So when your plans flop,
I did.
you
I
can do
did.
other things.
And I mentioned it last podcast.
Yeah, but you need to like keep up
Specifics.
with us. Yeah, hello.
Thank you, everybody that wished me a happy birthday.
Specifics.
Wow.
We
Appreciate
need
that.
specifics.
Are
You
they on
look
your
like-
Facebook? Is that how they saw your birthday?
I don't know. Well, actually, I remember people's birthdays, so like
I don't
I know when it's
know
When's my
certain
birthday?
I don't know
July
nobody's
6th.
birthday. Oh. I wouldn't have been
You
able to
and
say
Sherry.
that.
Yeah, me and Sherry. Have the
I
same
wouldn't have
birthday.
been able to say that. I
I
have
calendar.
no idea.
Calendar. Everyone's birthday's
October
my calendar.
28th. Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I just knew it was 2 weeks ago. He didn't invite me to his birthday party. That's all I remember.
It wasn't 2 weeks ago, and we already went through this.
It was 2 weeks ago. What day was it? Oh, 3 weeks ago? 3-ish weeks ago?
Around 3-ish.
Yeah.
But it's about him. Happy birthday to Clyde.
Like,
Thanks, guys.
round of applause. Wow, that was so
Thanks.
crazy.
I'll even do the head. I'll do the.
Yeah, damn. I feel so awful. I would have brought like cake or cupcakes or something. Oh my
Would
God.
have lined you up with a little esky or
Could
something.
have brought us some hookers.
Oh.
I should play the clip from the last year's episode where Zoe goes, "I will remember your birthday next year," But I
See, that's her.
I won't go that. I'll let you live.
She doesn't have an excuse.
What's your excuse?
You've never mentioned your actual birthday to me
Well,
ever.
last recording I said, "Hey Tresor, we're gonna play basketball for my birthday
Oh, he did say that.
next
Around
week,"
your
and you
birthday.
went, "Word, bet."
Yeah.
So
And there was no follow up.
exactly, yeah, there was
There was no
follow-up.
follow up.
And that plan fell through, and that's why I was kind of like, all right, I'm not gonna make a big thing about
Yeah.
my birthday this year.
You said basketball. I said okay, and there was no follow up.
Even saying this is like I don't ever make a big thing about my birthday. That's something people who listen to the podcast come and say to me. They're like, "Yo, why don't you do anything for your birthday?" Because of that episode, right? But yeah, I don't know.
I literally care about other people's birthdays more.
I think that's
love
But that's how I am.
Yeah.
I like celebrating
I
other
love
people's birthdays. I
Oh my
like
God, I feel
doing the
awful.
most.
I
But
think that's
no,
like
don't feel awful.
It's
Are we
like
going
a
to Brass
guy-
Rail after this?
It's like a guy. A lie.
Brass rail.
Brass Rails is so trash. Oh my
A lie. Yo,
God.
bring back her. That's the only strippy that I
Is that
actually
the
had
one that
fun at.
had violence?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even like it wasn't even violence. It was
was
actual
actual
violence.
violence? Okay.
Like they
Bring
were
back
They were shooting
her.
that up.
Where was that?
It's
Sorry,
in
I don't-
was in
Mississauga,
Mississauga.
right up by my
Oh,
crib.
That sounds past Dufferin. You don't
Yeah,
go
it was
west of Dufferin.
Mississauga, and it was a pretty good spot. I'm not
Her
gonna
was
hurt you.
fun. On the good days, it was.
Was
very
it like
good.
the like strippers dropping from ceilings good? Because those are my kind of strip clubs.
Not that level good, but still good.
I love those.
Like not that level good, but still good. You know?
Her was basically a club with strippers.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the strippers were good. They weren't like usually Canadian strippers are kind of like like shake a little
Pour
something.
some
yeah,
sugar
yeah,
on
no.
me.
But they
It
were
wasn't like that. Nah. Future Freak Hoes is playing.
Yeah.
And girls getting busy.
He knows
Yeah.
which ones. Because
Yeah.
they have the bad like installs.
yeah,
They have the
yeah,
two
yeah.
different color blonde.
It's not that
Like the
bad.
GTA strippers.
That was so real.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But
Yeah, this is how I'm gonna celebrate.
Chug the whole thing.
No,
do
I'm
not
Mark
chug the whole
Gasol.
thing, please.
I have my smart serve. Let me get that for
So
you.
do I. I
Absolutely
have my
not.
smart.
Chug the whole bottle.
Do not chug the whole bottle. Are you
of
kidding?
Rosé, Tresor?
What is wrong with you?
Guys,
You're drinking water.
It's
You don't even
somebody's
get to
birthday.
Yeah, like shut
You're
up.
not even drinking. You're not
I
even.
have to
you're not
drive
even
home.
celebrating with
You're
me.
not even
I will have some
driving.
crown. I didn't know someone's birthday, so I will have some crown.
You're not even
Like,
driving. What's your excuse?
My excuse for what?
Not chugging the bottle.
Why? Tresor,
It's your
rosé is
birthday.
not something that you chug.
Can you pass me the wine, please? Regardless. Anyways, what I was trying to say is, so in the last 2 weeks,
Cheers, birthday boy.
Thank you.
the
Did you get a little birthday snoo?
Snoo. That's a good reference. Futurama fans. Great. That's that you know that cartoon show. Great job that you. What were you saying though?
No.
Answer that. Then we'll go back to my part. What were you? Did you get some birthday tsunami?
Technically, no.
What's technically?
No, I did not.
I feel like technically means it wasn't on the day, but it was probably in a time frame.
You know how people.
Oh, go ahead.
You know how people leverage your birthday sometimes.
Where it's like, oh,
To
on
offer
your
pussy?
birthday, we're about to X,
They
Y,
like
Z.
use it's like they almost use your birthday and make it about them as their opportunity to show them something about themselves towards you. You know, like, oh, I'm gonna do this for you. You know, and then they fucking don't. It's
Oh,
like,
she said, I'm about to give you the sloppy and the toppy and the toppest, and then she just didn't show up.
no, now it's making it sound like it was somebody individual or something like.
Oh,
Just-
you got multiple
multiples.
bitches.
I'm making it worse. No. I ain't got no birthday tsunamis.
But you got offered birthday tsunami.
Was it a tropical storm?
Not really. I didn't really get offered.
So what? Please stop
I
speaking
feel
in
like
Braille.
but I'm thinking about it now too, and it was like it felt like very like.
So what was the situation? Just be honest. What happened?
She didn't want to blow out your candle?
Yeah, that was it. No, I'm trying to think what happened to it. It just didn't happen. It felt like everything that I planned to have happen this birthday just fell through. Like everything.
That's
just,
why I don't
like,
plan.
Exactly. I usually don't do anything for my
don't
birthday,
plan.
and I feel like you like have to have certain facilities, you know, to have a good birthday, you know. And I guess was lacking the facilities this year.
I
So
feel you. That's crazy. I feel bad. Big up your thing, bro.
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. No, because I don't
feel bad. Shit happens, right?
I know Zoe Smith does not feel bad.
Shit happens. You can't get W's all the time. Sometimes you gotta take L's, right, Tresor?
That's kind of different than not going to a free Burna Boy concert.
It's kind of different than my podcast host who has missed my birthday for 2 consecutive years, just forgetting after she vowed to remember for the 3rd year. You know,
What is it, November 14th?
a little.
Think about it.
is a
9
little
months
different.
after Valentine's Day. That's how I remember it.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're Scorpios and evil. You know,
Terrible human
9
beings.
months after.
Terrible human
Okay.
beings.
I'm a
Okay.
Scorpio, but I'm
Terrible human
a
being.
great person.
I don't trust
But
any
I'm an
people.
October Scorpio.
Different.
Yeah, I don't know. But regardless, like I was trying to say
it's
is
snowing again.
the biracial Jewish boy,
What?
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't know who you meant at first.
the biracial Jewish boy of Toronto, dropped his 3rd album in the last year. Right?
All of you hoes.
He first, okay. Have you heard it? You're not like a really like you don't listen to it.
I read Twitter to find out if I should listen to it or not.
Perfect.
All of
You guys have listened to it, obviously. I've listened to it too. So it dropped when I was in St. Martin, and I couldn't really focus on it because I was like, I don't know, I'm not really feeling
So
this.
did that ruin your experience? You felt, or took away from it that you were in like another country?
Not really,
on
because I just
vacation?
listened to it when I got back.
Okay.
I don't really care to listen to it like, oh, the hype. I listen to it right away. I don't really care for that. I listen to it when.
I've never been on vacation when like a big project dropped or something.
This was my second time on vacation when Drake dropped a big
Yeah,
project.
I had what's the Take Care.
Take care. Oh, when you were on vacation,
shit.
Take Care dropped.
And I was in Chicago, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
11 years today.
no way.
Oh, really?
Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Chicago when that dropped.
I was in Turks and Caicos when he dropped Scorpion.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
and then I
yeah.
was in St. Martin when he dropped Her Loss. So, like I said, I didn't really listen to it. I listened to like bits and pieces, like tried to. I didn't really get into it when I was on vacation. When I got back, I listened it from beginning to end. I'm like, okay, you know, I fuck with it. But I was reading all of the reviews that it was getting, you know, Rolling Stone, The Atlantic, and he was getting
The Rolling Stone one was so like that
Yeah.
was so mean.
he was getting like punching bag. Like they were pretty like getting at him for
Who
like
did you say? Rolling Stone and who else?
The Atlantic.
Why do we like give those?
Who
Public,
cares?
yeah, like no, on some real shit. Like
I'm
those
just saying,
people don't know what they're talking about.
those
with
were
music.
2 like big
Yeah.
quotations, big publications that wrote a pretty lengthy negative review.
They're haters. Like
But
they don't
yeah,
know what they're talking
That's
about.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, do we really think Rolling Stone is gonna give Drake and 21 Savage's album a good review? That doesn't even sound right.
Well, a lot of it was rooted about like, oh, Drake is misogynistic and this album is super
rap
misogynistic.
is misogynistic. The whole genre.
I wouldn't say the whole genre is misogynistic. Don't do that. Not the whole
I'm speaking
genre.
tongue in cheek,
Okay.
But
like,
inherently,
there's a lot
We've
of
come a long
misogyny.
way, but there's
Yeah.
definitely a lot of. But I think I personally didn't. Like, I didn't think it was that misogynistic per se.
More than normal.
Yeah, people. But the thing is, which someone pointed out to me, and I never thought about this way at all. My friend was telling me, I was with him last night, and he was like, Drake's album, this is a trilogy.
What about
so all of his
Loverboy, honestly, never mind her loss.
All of the albums, it's a sentence.
Yeah,
so
Something,
Certified
Never
Lover
Mind.
Boy, honestly, never mind her loss.
Yeah.
I did not think about it like that at all. So this, like, basically, they're saying that this was a trilogy, but Drake didn't mark it as a trilogy, but it's a trilogy album. It's 3 parts. Because Jimmy Cooks was the only song on Honestly Never Mind leads into.
Where'd you hear this?
My boy just told me.
Okay.
But then
it wasn't like, yeah, he just said like he caught
he
it.
may be onto something, but
I
he
think
also
he's
just
onto
maybe.
something.
Yeah, because
I
then
don't
wouldn't
know.
that
Yeah,
mean the end of CLB would have had to lead into Honestly Never Mind?
Not
What
necessarily.
was the last song on CLB? It didn't. It wasn't no dance.
No, but I didn't have to. I don't think it had to lead in. I don't think it had to lead in at all. But what's it called? The album titles definitely make sense, and the theme of each album definitely makes sense.
What does Honestly Never Mind have to do with Ibiza?
What?
What is honestly like the Honestly Never Mind title?
Yeah, so Certified Lover Boy is talking about, being a lover boy, whatever, heartbroken, whatever, all that stuff. Honestly Never Mind, he's kind of like going through that whole like in like the limbo.
I'd love
like
for him to
text go
confirm
green,
this,
yeah, he's in that limbo. So honestly, like, fuck it, I'm not really a lover boy. Honestly Never Mind. And then her loss is like her loss. It's misogynistic, air quotations. He's on his hard rap shit. He's talking about drop somebody's my pussy X, fuck that. Oh, not fuck the hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's on like his bully shit. Those are definitely the themes that are telling the story of the trilogy, if you look at it that way. I don't know if he meant to do it that way. My boy is convinced that.
I'm very curious you just hearing that now.
When I thought about last night, I was kind of like, oh,
It's kind of a sentence.
that does kind of make sense. And based on the themes of each album, it does go into that trilogy flow. But that could just be us overthinking it. But I definitely could see it if it was supposed to be. But he also made a point to say that he thinks that the timing was off and her loss should have dropped in the summer. He said, Honestly Never Mind shouldn't have been the summer drop album, which I kind of agree. No, because we weren't really playing Honestly Never Mind in the club like that, other than like Sticky. What songs were we playing off the album in the club?
I wasn't in the club during the summer.
I was, and they weren't really playing his track. But
That's true. It was
if this album dropped in the summer,
Sticky and Massive, that was it.
exactly. If this album dropped in the summer, they would be running through it.
They would have.
They would have been running through it.
But they'll be running through it in the fall right now.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I mean, depending on where you live.
Summer's different.
Summer's definitely different.
I feel like, though, the only place that Honestly Never Mind album could operate is in the summer, though. Like, that couldn't have come out now.
You don't think so?
If the reception to it
I agree.
was like,
You can't
people
drop that in the winter.
Or mad, like, what the fuck are you doing when it came out in the summer? Then, like, if he dropped it in fall,
Imagine trying to bump to like EDM music with snow outside.
Because that's the thing. I wasn't in the club.
Are you being
for
racist?
Honestly.
What?
Are you being racist?
This is crazy. The optics on that.
Where was the racist?
What do you mean
We
you
need a
can't
clip
listen to
just
EDM
that.
during winter?
The vibe isn't the same.
To whomst?
To us.
Who's us?
Us.
Who's us?
Black people. So what you got to say about that, huh? What you got to say about that?
I'm just saying, white people love some snow and EDM.
I think I can get down to EDM in the snow.
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
Because I feel like EDM and that type of music's like an outside vibe, like festivals.
Like, it needs to be
Fun,
summer,
like-
yeah.
Maybe, or you have to be OT. Like, you could go to like Italy in the winter and listen to that, but you can't be here in the middle of a blizzard. You're listening to Honestly Never Mind.
Your pussy is calling my name. Not in the snow.
You can't picture an old man doing cocaine and singing that?
I think so.
I'm not really in those places
What places?
that the old men are doing cocaine.
You've never seen an old man do cocaine?
What?
No.
Do you live in Toronto?
I've never seen an old man.
Old
do
man,
cocaine.
dude.
Have you seen anyone do cocaine?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, but it's not an old
like
man.
women, like in university and stuff. But
You ever seen niggas do cocaine?
I've never seen a black man do cocaine.
Really?
I've never seen
I
a
don't
man
think I
in
have
general
either.
do cocaine.
You've never seen a nigga do cocaine?
A
No,
black man?
we're not. We don't go to these industry parties that you do.
They're not all
First of
industry
they're not in,
parties.
thank you.
They're not
Thank
all
you,
industry
thank you,
parties.
Mirna, for being
I
here.
worked. I
Okay,
was,
then who
I
are
was
the
a
black
bouncer.
men that are doing cocaine? Because I
Oh,
don't.
I
Where
can
are
tell
they
you
from?
All
those
right,
are.
all right, Mirna.
I can tell you who
This is
those
why we
are.
got you.
I can tell you those are. You ever been to King West? Because I can tell you exactly who's out on King West.
That's who's doing the
I
cocaine.
don't know what.
Listen, I used to, at the beginning of my shifts at certain nightclubs, I used to go into the top of toilet tanks. Like, I guess
Oh, yeah.
I used to pour cooking oil.
Yeah.
So if you try to do a line of coke off, it'll dissolve. And you'd randomly hear people screaming from the bathrooms because their cocaine would dissolve as soon as they put a line on top of that.
Hold on, I'm so
That's
confused.
very unsanitary.
Hold on.
Because I worked at a restaurant where like I would have to wipe it all off the
Wait, I'm
cooking oil
confused.
though. I've
Put
never
cooking
that's-
oil
Because they
that's-
can't see
wow.
it. Because they can't see it.
The cooking oil on top of the.
Yeah. So as soon as you put any type of substance on it,
It dissolves. That's people's money just dissolving. Cocaine's expensive.
Yes. Listen,
Zoe's response to that is cocaine's
It
expensive.
is expensive. Yo, that's a white man's drug for real.
So you were dusting off the cocaine off the top of things, so you never just.
Trust me,
No,
what the fuck?
I'm scared to death of cocaine. No, I don't think I'll ever try cocaine.
Neither will I. I don't think I would ever try it.
I have an
either.
addictive personality. I'm scared of it.
Yeah,
Like,
I've never tried it, and I don't like things in my nose.
I've never even smoked weed.
You never smoked weed?
Never. in
So
my life.
you've never tried?
No.
You know, and
Why is that surprising to you? No, I've never tried cocaine.
I'll tell you why off camera. That's surprising.
Why? Say it now.
One time you just tweeted out. I don't know. I think it was before Rolling Loud. You were like, "Yo, Rolling Loud's looking crazy. I might need cocaine for the weekend."
Oh yeah, because I'm saying it like I might need cocaine to like
stay
stay
awake.
because cocaine.
You made
stay
it
awake.
sound like as a seasoned cocaine.
Oh no! I'm just saying I've seen so many people do coke in my
They'll stay
life,
up.
and like I'm upset because I'm like, yo, like they go all night and they're not tired. I'm jealous because I'm like my eyes are heavy by like 3-4 a.m.
That's why I don't think I'd ever want to do it because I know how much of a cheat code it is.
It's
Like,
such a
you
cheat
can,
code.
like-
These people are like, I
I've
see these
seen
people
that.
roll up like drink, hit a line, keep
They're-
drinking.
Yes.
You ever seen the movie like Flight, like with Denzel?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, like that. I've seen that very much like manifested, where people are fucked up and have to do something, and that line just.
And I'm
puts
really
them back
jealous
on.
that I can't do, like, I don't have the mindset to do cocaine because I would love to just be able to, like, get wasted, feel like shit, do a line, and I'm back, bitch.
You
Like,
think-
what?
You think you could do like the other side of like the opposite end of the spectrum of drugs, like psychedelics, like shrooms?
no,
Would you ever do shrooms?
no.
No.
I'm too messed up mentally to do those things. I can't.
I can admit I might
I'd
do
say it's
something
the opposite,
crazy,
bro.
like,
I'd say you're too like got a good perspective to do. You don't need to do.
You think I would turn into like Kyrie when I do shrooms?
what do you mean turn into Kyrie?
The world is flat, and you guys are all being lied to, and they're controlling the. Like I'd be.
Are you
one
trying
of
to say
those.
Kyrie's on shrooms?
Nah, because
No.
shrooms is like an
But he
outer
gives
body
shrooms
thing where you
vibes.
can look at yourself
He has
objectively.
shrooms vibes?
Kyrie gives shrooms vibes. Like he'd be about opening his third eye through psychedelics.
So when I was in Peru in September, I don't know, have you guys heard of ayahuasca?
What you do at the ayahuasca? I was about to
Oh,
say.
yeah.
What is that?
So it's
With a
like-
shaman?
Yo, like, no, but this is like a serious thing. We met a gentleman on the tour who was like, I have not fornicated in 2 weeks. I cannot eat meat. I cannot masturbate. I cannot this. Just preparing for this ayahuasca experience. Like, it's a
But what is
serious-
it?
It's a plant. It's like they like crush up
Crush
some,
up a something?
and like it's supposed to be like
Yeah,
some
it's a plant.
crazy like psychedelic experience, but controlled. Like there's people there to
You have a
guide you to it.
shaman guiding you through your experience.
No, I can't. I have too much anxiety and I get paranoid quickly. I would actually probably like jump off something or something.
But I have to trust people. Like that's what I have. Like, what if I'm
Yeah.
having this trip? Is this somebody who has never done any drug? Not even smoked.
No.
Like I don't.
I
know.
think
That's
I'm
terrifying.
too paranoid to do that stuff. I'd probably like jump off a building or something.
But I know a lot of people that do shrooms like very casually, and they're like, yeah, like I love it. Like it makes me feel more like open, and I've thought about things I never thought about before. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but I don't think I could do it.
That might not be my experience still. I'm not going to hold you.
That's what I'm saying.
It might be a different experience
And
for
also,
me.
like the time to do. I know people are not gonna like this, but like the time to do cocaine for fun has ended once fentanyl came in the picture.
That's
like, this
very
is not the
true.
80s where you could hit a line because like your friends
Yeah,
are hitting a
'cause you're-
line.
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah.
No, you no.
Yeah,
Like, this
you're
is
right. You're
That's
very
how I
right.
feel about like pills and stuff too. Like I've never done it. I've never done Molly, Zans, Perks, any of that stuff.
I've seen people do it. I've seen a guy like pop a perk like it's nothing, and I'm like, okay, girl.
I've done shrooms a few times, but that's kind of.
So what was that like? You just
It's
didn't say that while we were just talking about like what?
Well, I don't know. I'm kind of, one man showing everything on the tech side. So, but that's why I brought it up. But for me, it was more of a. Sorry, I'm trying to angle the mic. It's like an outer body experience. You can look at yourself objectively. Like you can. If you watch someone else and like watch their decisions and stuff, you can make you can judge them objectively as if you're not yourself. You can do that with yourself when you're on shrooms. So if you're fucking up, like you can judge yourself as if you were somebody else, which will bring you to sometimes an uncomfortable place, when people will freak out when they have shrooms. So it's like I don't recommend anybody to ever do it if they don't really, really want to, you know? Because you will enlighten yourself. You'll find out things. You'll be able to discover things about yourself, you know?
That you had suppressed.
Yeah. Because you can look at, it's a different perspective that you're able to look at yourself through. It's a different lens, you know? Which is a lot. It can be a lot to be confronted with, you know? So, and the come down can be to some people, you know? But
No, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be on that either.
And ayahuasca, I've heard, is like a very much more intense version of that, right?
I've heard some. Well, I mean, if that's the preparation for it.
Yeah, right?
What's
like all the
sorry,
things you got to do.
Don't
yeah.
eat?
He like couldn't eat meat for 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, geez.
Couldn't have sex, couldn't masturbate.
Oh,
like
my.
you have to like apparently like completely cleanse yourself. I don't
Oh,
know.
my.
I was there with my mom, and the man was telling us this, and like right in front of my mom, I was like, not masturbate for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, I was like, oh, I said that loud.
Yeah. I don't know how. I can go 2 weeks without masturbating, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you should
I could
be
do
able
that.
to.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, I could do that.
But like not masturbate and not engage in coitus. Like
I could do
no
that.
coitus. Like zero.
Like
No
I could do
nuts
that.
are being busted.
I
No
think she
nut
also
for
said
2
you
weeks.
could watch
Fortnite.
porn. Like you have
No
to like
porn?
Yeah, like you had to like.
I'm not a
Myrna,
porn
Myrna, come closer to the
person.
mic.
Yeah, like he said like a whole list of things like he could not do. Me, I was like, what do you mean you can't eat meat? That was like,
Yeah.
that's I have to give up both meats. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, no, I can't. 2 weeks is a.
All I would have to do is just be around people, and I could easily do that.
That's what's one of the
Because
very,
I can't,
very important things.
Because I can't really especially if I'm like somewhere where other people are there, like if I'm on vacation or if we're out somewhere, say
Yeah,
we're
we're not
spending
gonna
like
masturbate on vacation.
That's
Well,
what
I
I'm
mean, people
saying.
do.
Are we talking about masturbating or doing
you guys don't travel
hallucinogenics?
solo?
no, I was
I
talking
don't.
about
I've never traveled
okay.
solo. No.
What?
Yeah.
no, but I just
Masturbating on
mean if I'm
vacation
in a
is wild.
place with other people, I don't feel right doing that. So
Of course, but like if you wake up and you're alone,
You don't bring toys on vacation?
What toys am I bringing on vacation?
Pocket pussy?
good segue
No.
because
Yeah, just sorry. You heard about this? That women have sex toys? Toys they have sex with.
is that what it is? I'm having sex with it.
That's what
You're
they're
having
called
sex
sex
with
toys.
toys.
You're having sex with your
You're
toys.
having
Sex is
sex-
penetrative. in
Remember
my
your
opinion.
action figure?
Yes,
Remember like
if you're
your
a
all those
dildo,
things,
you're
your
having
toys?
sex with the dildo.
Yeah, but not everyone uses penetrative toys. Some people use vibrators. Some people use that licking thing, the rose thing, whatever the hell. Like that.
That's the
Zoe uses the rose.
oral sex.
I actually don't have the rose. I don't have.
The way
the
Zoe
rose.
reacted when she said
I want to try it, but I know I would give myself cardiac arrest.
This girl would burn out her coochie
I would burn out my coochie. I can't do it.
level 10 and then expect a man to be able to replicate that. My tongue doesn't move at 700 RPM.
It's because I just.
Y'all putting jackhammers on your okay, let's just and expect us to be able to do something. All I got is the 5-figure discount. That ain't doing
What is
nothing.
that?
What are we
My
discounting?
hand.
Your hand, what?
That's all I got.
Yeah, but
you
your
have contraptions.
Yeah, but your hands can do good amount of stuff.
Yes, but my hands don't go 700 RPM.
To be
Yeah,
fair.
because what's that thing that guys do? What's that thing?
Come hither.
Yeah, but it's like fast. I knew. I used to work with a guy.
See, but the thing is that like your hand will cramp up.
Yeah,
No.
but sex toys are supposed to also be.
I
a
worked with
part
a guy who used to like do it randomly, and like I don't know,
Tresor, have you
my
ever
fingers can't even move that fast.
Have you ever used sex toys while fucking?
Yeah,
a girl?
that's the.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
It's be supplementary.
Yeah.
But there is a double standard between, which I want to talk about, between men sex or male sex toys and female sex toys. Because if
For
I
sure.
Look at him
like,
doing reverso man for us. That is great.
I know I am. Look at me being reversal girl.
Reversal.
But anyways, if I bring like a rose and a vibrator and blah 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 to our sex session, he is gonna be putting the rose on my coochie. If you bring like pocket pussies and a fucking robot, I'm looking at you like you are fucking weird. So there's a double standard.
Big double
Because my
standard.
thing is, why do you have a pocket pussy? As a man, why do you have a pocket pussy?
So they get them shaped after like famous porn
We're
stars'
not
vaginas.
allowed
Yeah,
to do
I don't like
anything.
that.
We're not allowed to have anything.
That's a double standard I'm standing on.
It is.
I don't think it's just like just use your hand like a man.
So use your fingers like a woman.
It's not the same
How?
because it's a different sense. It's like using the shower head. It's a different sensation.
A shower head for what?
You didn't know that girls use the shower
We
head?
need that. We need that. We need that
do.
clip. We need that.
No,
as a clip.
because no, but I'm trying to move the
Oh,
conversation.
because we both went-
okay.
I've seen the 40-year-old version. No, I
Yeah.
Like I am trying to. Anyway.
So I watched this whole thing about dicks on YouTube, right?
Word.
And I
watch it?
As the thing about
Past
penises.
monetization passes everything on YouTube.
Sorry. No, it did. It was talking about like men's obsession with penises, their own, obviously. And when I worked it didn't occur to me until I used to work at a sex toy shop on Yonge Street, and it never occurred to me. And then I thought about it, and this is true. Men buy sex toys for their girlfriends and wives all the time. Did you know men, as soon as women started buying their own sex toys, the penis size got smaller for the sex toys, for dildos and stuff like that?
Wait, what do you mean?
So when men
So
would come
guys
in,
were trying to buy the big
because
thing.
that's what they thought their woman wanted, and they did not have that. So they were coming in with like the
bazooka.
Yeah, and then when women started shopping for sex toys, it was getting smaller because they're like, it's so weird that men were buying the larger dildos because they were like, every woman wants this.
Yeah.
So the reason that women have really bad size perception is because of men.
Goodness.
I mean, 6 inches is not the same for everyone, right?
I know that's right. 6 inches is not doing shit. Let's be real. It's not.
Oh, here we go.
It's really not.
To some, it might. Some
For
people have shallow
you.
vaginas.
I mean,
For you.
Would you rather have a shallow vagina or a deep? No, you want a deep vagina, no?
I'm 5'9". I didn't have a choice.
No, literally. But I feel like I'd rather a deep vagina than a shallow vagina.
I think she's also doing exactly what we're thinking about. I think what you're thinking 6 inches is in your head is probably not what 6 inches actually is.
I agree. Yeah.
It's not big. It's not.
How big do you think this bottle is?
5.5.
No.
Do
No.
we
Five and a
have-
half
oh,
inches.
Fuck,
Wait,
I
I
wish
don't
we
think
had.
you have. If you guys have iPhones, you have that
you have the
measuring thing.
measure
Oh, I
thing.
wish
How do
we
you do
had
that?
like a real, like a tape measure or something.
If you think this is 5.5 inches, that is why women's perceptions are off.
How do you measure?
Look
How do
at
you measure
this.
it? Hold
Yeah,
on.
no, I know,
not
I know,
five and a
I know.
half.
That's crazy.
Here.
you
How
have
do you?
it?
Yeah, I have it, but I don't know how
so
to work
you
it.
have to like, I think.
Oh, did I just take a picture of it?
Wait, you
I
can
didn't-
really do this? Take a picture and it'll tell you how long it is?
away.
Yeah, it's how I used to judge how tall guys were.
Just move farther away. I don't know how this works. You put it on the table. You put it on the table. Or you to hold it.
Put it next to something.
Okay, well, we'll make this a little bit more tangible. Zoe,
Yeah.
I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max. The length of an iPhone 13 Pro Max is 6.68 inches. My phone
Oh, so that's six.
I'll be honest with
is
you, I thought-
almost
I thought it
7
was way
inches.
bigger.
Put your
than
phone beside the water bottle.
And remember, she said the water bottle was 5.5. My phone is 7 inches.
You know what it is? It's
This
because
water bottle-
That phone is 7 inches.
Yes.
Next to something.
Let me see.
This is 6.68 inches.
But it has a case.
Yo, what does I
You
hate
want it to go
Zoe
without
so
protection?
The case,
What does a case have to do with any of this?
the case probably adds half an inch.
Matters.
I guess because this will flip to my belly button. So I guess.
But your piece doesn't start here.
Where does it start?
Peace.
It doesn't start here. It starts like
In
here.
our groin.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't start that far in.
How are you telling me?
It starts under.
Not under, but like in the middle. You're starting it like here.
I don't want to put your phone there.
Yeah.
Give him his phone back.
But yes, but what I'm saying
It's
is
start vibrating. It's gonna be
know,
a little
right?
weird.
that, yeah, don't get horny with my phone. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like what girls think things are and what they actually are
To
sometimes
be fair,
different.
I'm also going to blame this on men. Due to the fact I'm 5'9", which is always tall too. Do you know how many men were like, yeah, let's link up, I'm 5'10"? And I'm like, all right, scene. And I show up and they're up to my chest.
Yeah, they're not tall.
I feel like that's on the men though. Like, don't say you're 5'10"
Yeah,
if
don't
you're
lie.
5'7". Like,
But that's what I mean. And no, I had a guy tell me I was lying. He was like, oh, you must be like 6 feet tall. And I was like, what?
that's
Yeah.
funny.
No.
Because Zoe tries to say like I'm 5'10" and shit. You know?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I try to say you're 5'10"?
Yeah.
I don't
I
think
mean,
you're
no,
5'10".
you're not
You're
5'10".
taller.
You're like 6 something.
Because Zoe likes guys that are 6'9".
That's
like,
not
when
true.
You're around like the NBA like centers and everything all the time.
That's not true. I don't, honestly, I've got to a point in my life,
Size perception. They just.
I don't mind, as long as you're not like shorter than me,
That's it.
I'm not upset. Especially if you, like, there's some guys with really nice faces, like handsome men who are not like 6'2", 6. You know, I don't mind. I mean, eventually he's gonna shrink, right? Unfortunately, and you get old. I don't really mind. Like, as long as he's taller than me, as long as we feel comfortable together, I can bubble him and not like, you know, feel like I'm out of place. I don't mind with the height.
Yes, but back to the topics. Like if I pulled up with like a
A pocket pussy?
Pocket pussy.
Yeah, something like that. No girl is looking at me the same.
But
No.
you wouldn't pull up with that because that's not a joined experience.
Yeah, what do you want me to do with that?
Like,
Well,
How? It could be.
it could be.
what are we doing while you're doing that? You only have one part that's fun. Like,
Yeah, but that's like if two
do you want
girls,
me to hold the pocket pussy?
You could, or what if
You-
it's like, or like if two girls were giving you dome at the same time? It's kind of the same vibe.
What?
but how if it's covered?
A pocket pussy is the thing that you like.
It's a fleshlight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a woman could technically
You,
pleasure
so
you
I
with
would
a
have-
take a
fleshlight.
different angle and you put that one on top.
A woman could use a
But it's not on
fleshlight
top. The
and
whole
pleasure
things
you with
go
it.
in
That's
it.
that
No,
could
but you
happen.
don't have to put the whole thing in the whole thing.
Sorry. I need you to say that again.
You don't have to put the whole thing in the whole thing.
So you want me to put the tip in?
This is your job. Get creative. What are you asking me?
It's like the
It's kind of like
theorem
it's
of
literally
things.
how if a guy was to use a vibrator or a rose on you, like he's like you could,
But we have holes, multiple. That I mean, unless you're into other.
and that's
like
what a
other
fleshlight
things.
is a hole, and we have the thing that you put.
I feel
in
like the only
hole.
thing you have to do is like I use the fleshlight to give you a hand job. That's the only thing I think that makes sense. Like I hold the
Yeah,
fleshlight and
I
like
guess technically,
just
yeah.
do this while you do whatever you're doing over there. But I'm
Which
not
seems
doing
a little
that.
redundant,
Why am I
but-
doing that when I have a whole warm coochie like literally attached to me?
Points were made.
I agree with that point. A little
Like
redundant.
why are we using this plastic pussy when I have a warm?
I've never pulled up the sex
human
with a
pussy?
fleshlight, so like this isn't. It's new
Well, yeah.
territory.
Well, then
for me
I
to
guess
imagine.
also the male sex toys aren't really as like fire as the girl ones. Like it's not gonna really
You
help.
ever touched one of those?
You
flesh
haven't
ones?
seen the booty?
Yeah,
the booties.
What?
You ever
That's
seen
insane.
Dave?
If I
yeah.
seen
You know what I'm talking about?
that in a nigga's closet,
It's like
I am
legs,
out of here.
legs up to an ass.
No.
There's no way for men's
There's
sex
ankles.
toys to not be like really creepy.
There's ankles with a hole in it.
That's fucked. That's a foot fetish thing.
Oh,
crazy.
that's really
right?
gross.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. That's why.
Right?
Or
Why else did you fuck an ankle?
Or
Why are you asking
dismemberment.
for
Even worse.
confirmation?
Yeah, if you open my closet and you saw like a fake ass, like that's crazy.
So okay, so we both agree that the double standard is true, but it's definitely
I agree.
Logical.
I agree because there's none that just make it that doesn't seem weird.
yeah. And then also with men, you can't use like when you can if they're into it, like the
That's-
dildos and stuff.
yeah.
But then it goes into like men are not even letting you get near their butts.
Yeah, but they also have the attachment where you can like attach one so like they could go DP at the same time.
DP.
Double penetration. So his is going into one hole and the other thing is going into another hole.
Oh no, thank you.
Well, it's better than bringing two dudes in. You feel me? Like, or isn't. I don't judge.
Yeah.
Poor Tracer. I'm sorry.
That's
It's just, yeah, no. Mm-mm. We're just gonna leave the sex toys for me. You can use them on me.
what. So what can we have? What can we have?
World domination.
We don't have any.
Exactly, patriarchy.
I'm black.
Points were made again.
So what can we have?
You want a pocket pussy?
No.
Get a girl who doesn't mind.
I don't
using
want a
pussy.
pocket pussy.
We can get one molded after someone you like.
That's weird too.
Is it? Because when she's away, you can use it.
I think, to me, just me personally, any sort of sexual pleasure, to me, like with someone who's not there, that like doesn't know that I'm doing it, to me seems kind of weird. Like for instance, I know I'm very cool with a lot of girls that do like OnlyFans and like, you know, maybe the corn stars don't want us to get flagged on YouTube.
Okay.
Good job.
So I might be somehow stumble upon a website. And this has happened to me multiple times where I'll be scrolling and I'm like, yo, that's like my homegirl.
Yeah.
I'm not watching that video.
You're not?
I'm not watching.
You're a liar.
Well, I'll watch it, but I'm not.
See, there you go.
No, I'm gonna look, but I'm not gonna pleasure myself to you. You know, like
okay.
to me that seems kind of weird.
My bad, guys.
Yeah,
That probably
to me-
sounded so much louder in your headphones.
Yeah.
To me, that seems kind of weird. I just can't bring myself to do that if I know you in real life.
Okay, that's fair.
But I'm gonna look. I'm gonna watch.
But you're not going to jack
skip
off.
through. No.
Yeah, I mean, I can get that. But I don't know. I feel like this is a double standard, but it's just.
Definitely.
It is what it is at this point. It's like the sassiness of men.
What can we have? See, we can't have toys. We can't have speech.
You can have. Who said you can't have
just said
speech?
The sassiness.
Because I was thinking about that, right? What you said about men not having everything, and I was thinking how just that'd be very true. In the speech that you said, speech, right?
I never said speech. I said sassy. He said speech.
Well, I was
that comes
thinking.
from
I was thinking
speech.
about just how like versatile and great in general that it's giving as a phrase is. Like, man, you can accomplish a lot with that phrase, you know? Like, as a literary device, that's pretty good, you know? Like, I like words. I used to rap, you know? Like, I'm just saying. So that made me think, like, you know, just men shit in general, the way that men dress, the way that, like, they talk and everything like that. Like, a woman could flip that or remix that in a way, you know? You see women wearing sneakers and stuff, wearing tearaway track pants and everything, like, you know, just doing...
guy clothes. A lot of girls literally wear guy clothes.
Yeah, you know, like, so, and it looks good. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Boyfriend jeans, they're cool or whatever. And then it made me think, like, how men can't exactly do that. They can't really.
You want to wear crop tops?
And this is why bringing up, and this is why, you know, having this conversation immediately is like, what? You want to be like women? You want to wear crop tops?
I'm asking. You're talking about clothing.
No, but if I say it's giving in the middle of a sentence, you're gonna be like, all right, nigga. You know what I mean? Well, I'm like, and me who likes words and thinks about that, I'm like, oh, it's giving would fit perfectly right here. I could say exactly.
But you think you look, it's giving, like you look like that type of.
I wouldn't say it like that, but I'm just saying.
When women, so some women would hear like, why would you use like it's giving? Like it's a word term. But some men also hate when men use it's giving.
If anything, men perpetuate this more than women, right?
Even saying not in front of.
Yeah.
I love the not.
But the thing
I think that's great too.
Not
Like
the
I like the way that just.
But the thing is that makes that difficult is because social media kind of dictates like society right now.
Right.
And how people speak on social media is kind of how people speak in real life. And if this is the vernacular online that translates into real life, whether it's men or women, this is how people speak now.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me that I can't speak how people speak because you guys dictated how people speak and it's too feminine for me. So how am I supposed to speak?
That's a big word right there, feminine, right? Like it's you know if.
But I think an issue. Sorry, not to cut you. An issue with that is that we're now seeing a trend on social media or not, where women are starting to like weaponize homosexuality with men. Like, for example,
let me get there.
Oh, sorry. Did I land your plane for you?
No, it's your plane.
Yeah.
But no, because I feel like in like the zeitgeist of social media right now, something that's so common, a conversation, a narrative that I see so often is that men are sassy. You know, men are very sassy, and they, you know, when they say things, they're like, I don't want a sassy man. Oh, like, you know, like. And I've seen a lot of reactions to this. I've seen men that are kind of like, oh, you know, women ask us to be in our emotions and to be more in touch with our feminine side, but the second we do, they say that we're sassy.
It depends on how you're using the word sassy, though.
That's true.
Because when I say sassy, I just mean I don't care if it just means you have an attitude today. Like if I come home and you're like, oh, blah, blah, you know, you're complaining like, yo, you're sassy today.
Yeah, but I think the word sassy does often get associated with women or gay men too, right? So
yeah,
if you're going to have the word sassy used to describe you, usually that's the realm that you are getting put in then.
I called Jalen Ramsey sassy pants.
Is that am I crazy for
I can
that?
understand how you would receive it, but like with me, when I say sassy, it just means you have an attitude. Like I call women, men, whatever sassy. It just means you have an attitude.
I mean, people. What's synonymous with sassy? People would say zesty, maybe.
Oh, I would say attitude.
Attitude is definitely the one I would.
Well,
passive aggressive is sassy.
Okay.
To me, definitely. Like anyone can be. But I think a passive aggressive person, I think they're a sassy ass person.
For me, I have a problem with like the sass thing. Because to me, a sassy man is the one type of man I really can't stand. And it's usually, when I'm referring to a man as being sassy, is a man who only has energy for women. That's who's sassy to me. Because
that's a good point.
That's usually when I see it come out of men is if Trazer says something, you will not argue with him. But if I said it, you'll have the energy for me. And that's usually how I interpret sass from men. Because I'm just like, you won't say that to a man?
Yeah.
Like,
okay. Yeah. That's a good way to put it too.
I think that's like a very real thing too. I don't know. I think a man that only has time for women is something worse than sassy. Though, you know,
it is definitely worse than sassy.
So, you know, circling back to what Tresor was saying last week and everything, it felt like men can't have shit. We can't
do nothing. We can't say the words that are cool. Like we can't do nothing.
You can say it's giving. You want to say it's
Nah,
giving?
girls don't
No,
really
because
like. You
that's
can't
what it
really.
becomes. Like, oh, if you want to say it's giving, just say it's giving. And it's like,
You
I'm
can't
not even
really
really
say it's
saying-
giving.
I've heard guys say it's giving, and like I'll laugh, but they use it like.
We say it in a funny way. Like
There was a whole thread
we
of
can't-
this, I
we
think.
don't
But I feel like
casually-
don't women say it in a funny? I say it in a
Yes,
funny way
no,
all the
but
time.
we say it like mocking how you guys say it. Like we don't just say
Like
it
you put on your
casually.
it's giving. Like when you
Yeah, like we do that. We don't.
But I don't know what I'd do if I rolled up to a guy and he was like, "It's the Jordans for me." I'd be like, "Pardon?"
See, exactly. But that's how social media is, and we can't speak
it's the Jordans for
Like,
me.
what? Pardon?
because women
Ooh, ja.
women run social media. So that kind of
Do we?
Yes.
And
yes.
so here's my thing, right?
Women run social media because even according to y'all, as a man, why do you have TikTok?
That's not what I said.
This is why it's part 2 of all that, you know? As a man, why are you sassy?
Women
As a man, why do you say this? As a man, why do you dress like that?
Because you guys have free range on the internet. Y'all can say anything, do anything, dance anything, wear anything, talk anything. But there's very specific guidelines that we are and aren't allowed to do.
So with the sassy thing, right? Like when I hear that, there's men that say, oh, like when we're being feminine or in touch with our emotions, you say we're sassy. I personally feel like it's just like if you're right, like if you make like a really fly like comment or like, you know, whatever, like I think it's kind of like, oh, you're sassy. It's kind of like it's like, you know,
cop-out?
it's almost like you know you won the argument if they're calling you sassy.
It's a cop out.
Yeah. But then like I said, things that are synonymous with sassy and the way you hear it. I also think that there are people that just associate that term with being like fruity or zesty or gay, right? And I think that there are times where that can be a retort that women have for men when they're upset. It's like, fuck you, nigga, you gay, you know? Like that's real.
Well, if you want to upset a man, you go after his masculinity.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And is that not what sassy is? Is kind of
me,
just
no.
attacking a man's masculinity?
I understand some women may use it like that, but to me, no. Like, and I understand, like I
And you
said
described
before.
it. You said it's like attitude, right?
Yeah.
So that that makes sense.
Yeah, or I say spicy. I say spicy all the time. At work, I'd be like, oh, he's spicy today in this meeting, or she's spicy in this. We use it all the time. Like we'll be in like oh my god, like this is a spicy meeting. Like oh my
I
God,
think
this
spicy is different than spicy gives me a different vibe than sassy.
You think so?
Yeah.
To me, it's generally the same, but I don't know how you guys receive it.
I
To be
think
very
spicy,
honest.
like he said, I feel like sassy has more of like a feminine context to it than spicy. To me,
Okay, that's how you're receiving it.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, and I just think it's like makes sense. The Drake album just came out, you know, and Drake's really getting at his people and the people that, you know, he's in bully mode and stuff. And I think it's interesting because you said it's like a lot of the people that he's getting at are women on the album, you know?
Is he?
Well, I mean, it was
Some of
was
them.
Ice Spice, the alleged
Are we?
midline.
Okay, but are we?
No, but and just we were talking about this off camera too, right? And Drake takes these pictures and post them on his Instagram, and you know he's doing a pose or something. He's doing stuff with his lips and everything
The
in
duck
it
pose?
that people would call sassy or
I would not
zesty.
call that sassy.
Some people would.
Okay,
But then
That's
was
a-
Prince not sassy and able to bag everyone's aunties if he wanted?
He definitely
Like, no, but like, look, again, Jalen Ramsey. I always talk about Jalen Ramsey because
Mm-hmm.
to me, he's sass, but he's like the epitome of masculinity. Like, was a cornerback in the, defensive back in the NFL.
Well,
like,
to a lot of people, Drake would be too, right?
yeah.
he'd be what? Sassy or masculine?
Yeah, like very like the epitome to some people, right?
But that's
Like, this
why-
guy can get all the girls and everything. He does all the hottest tunes and everything. So then
Now that you bring that up, that is a very interesting point where it's like a lot of people that then I don't know if it's men talking about other men, but women too, where it's like a lot of those guys, like you said, say Prince, Drake, or people that some people find feminine, even like Lil Uzi or Playboy Cardi or something. A lot of the people that people find feminine bag a lot of girls. So it's like,
Because it doesn't mean they're gay.
yeah, I know, but people try to like
I think
push
also
that.
men don't have, to be fair, I don't think men have the space to experiment with anything.
Yeah.
Women
Exactly, yeah.
can wear masculine clothes and it'll be just a regular day.
well, that's kind of what I mean
Yeah.
about like the like remixing of clothes and stuff. Like women wear like guys sneakers and stuff, wear like a baggy
Yeah.
boyfriend
But I
sweater.
mean, Kid
and jeans and
Cudi
stuff.
was wearing crop
And he
tops,
got-
and he
And remember the reception?
Yeah, it was
And then
great.
also look at who you're talking
Granted that
about.
a lot of it is
And
men
Young
too,
Thug
right?
was wearing dresses too.
And people thought Young Thug was gay for the longest time.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to make it like a woman, because I think a lot of it is men that are spitting that vitriol at men that wear crop tops or dresses and stuff that cross over into, what's the name of the comment? Sassy stuff. Stuff that people would classify as sassy. So,
But that's true. We don't really get to experiment because even like, God forbid you get a manicure and get a clear coat. Now some people.
Well, do you remember metrosexual? Just
Some
because the man took
people-
care of
yeah,
himself?
like there was a whole movement where you called men metro just because they took care of their fucking hygiene.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I don't
'Cause
mind
there's
the clear
some
coat.
girls, I've seen it's 50-50. Some girls don't mind. Some girls will be like, yeah, it's kind of weird if you get a clear coat.
I
But
don't
like,
mind.
why? What's the, like,
Clean nails are attractive.
cares?
It's very
bro.
attractive because those are gonna go in my coochie. So I would.
Like,
the first thing I look is
how
if it-
nice these are cut.
Are
It's
they?
a nice cut. It's a nice shape, you know?
Do you get them
Thank
done?
you.
Or did you cut them
no,
yourself?
I just cut them myself
But that's what I mean. Like,
but
just
do you get
that.
them like cleaned, like professionally?
every once in a while.
Oh, okay. As long as you know.
I've definitely done it before. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you know.
I just don't like paying for it myself. So like,
Okay,
when my
girl.
homegirls that do nails, it's
Okay,
like, yo,
girl.
you feel me? What did we just talk about? What? Because I don't like paying to get my nails done.
What do you mean you don't like paying to get your nails done?
I don't like paying
Why?
because I'm cheap.
Just sore.
Case closed.
But
What
this
are
is
we
a
talking about?
maintenance. That's like saying, oh, I don't like paying to get my hair done.
No, it's kind of like saying I don't. Yeah, that would be like me saying, yo, I don't like paying for haircuts, so I
Yeah.
cut my own hair.
What?
A lot of people do that. What do you mean?
Mando?
I think that's a little crazy. I'm not gonna hold you.
No, I know some man that cut their own hair.
To
Are
me,
they-
it's
are they
like,
barbers?
Nice. They're nice with it. They're nice with it.
yeah, are they barbers?
Is
That's
it what
different.
they do?
It's definitely something you can learn, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have a few.
To me, if it's a hygiene thing, I'm not. If it's nigga hasn't paid for my pedicure, I'm not getting my nails done. It's not happening. I'm getting my pedicure.
but it's a different level to y'all. I can cut my nails myself, and they'll still be like cool.
okay.
But like the gap between me getting a manicure and me cutting my own nails, it's not that huge. Like it looks better,
yeah,
but it's not
even like your
way,
cuticles and
way-
things.
Yeah, but it's not way. It's not like I'm a smoker and I have grab under my nails and it's like, you know. I think
Okay.
it depends. If you want to really take it to that level, then cool, you get the manicure, you do whatever. But
Do you get your
can
feet done?
maintain. If I'm getting a manicure, yeah, I'll do that.
Regularly though.
But I don't have bad feet.
Still.
I think that's why you see those like videos of men in socks walking on the beach.
See, I'm not one of those.
What are you doing?
I feel like it's always good for like men to also get your feet done at least like once a month.
I will.
Because like, you know,
Especially
get
if
the
you
dead
used to be
skin
an athlete.
off. Yeah, get the dead skin off. You know what I'm saying?
I've been blessed to where like I don't have like that. Like I don't have that type of foot. I've been very conscious of my feet. I've been very conscious of my feet to make sure that they don't get like dry and corns and from
You don't have
young.
talons.
So I don't really have that issue. But I agree with you though. But
Yeah.
like I said, I'm cheap, so I don't want to do it.
Okay.
This is why, that's another person to have in your family that is a good. I think there's certain professions.
esthetician?
Yeah, I think there's certain professions that if you have in your family, you're golden. I would say like a pilot or someone that works in the airline business,
mechanics.
mechanics, barbers. I would say nurses and estheticians
Yeah.
and chefs.
I don't
know. Whoa, you're
Yeah.
lit.
I don't know. The accountant family member is way better.
That's a good one.
Taxis is coming up.
I
A
don't
family
know.
member that does taxes? Ooh, that's a
I
that's
have
a good one.
I have a close family friend who an accountant who does taxes. But I do my taxes myself sometimes.
Same.
It's very easy, like hnrblock.com.
Yeah, no,
It's
you
very
can you
easy.
can do that.
I feel like that is a good one, but I would way rather have someone that cooks me fire meals every day than someone that will do my taxes quarterly. Or
I mean daily, yeah. Fuck. But-
yeah.
So you want to so if you married like you found like a baddie and she was like a chef.
Oh my God. God send.
God, when
What?
me and who?
Well, there's a lot of girls that could cook.
Sorry,
that
am I
aren't
not allowed to
chefs,
say that? Is
though.
that too
No,
sassy?
no, oh God, no.
Okay,
You're
so I
fine.
know what
But there's a lot of girls that could cook that aren't necessarily chefs, but they could throw down.
My thing about cooking is I don't mind cooking. I'm actually a pretty good cook. But I hate the preparing of food. Like if I had someone who like cut all my vegetables, seasoned all my meats, you know, peeled my
So all you have to do is put it in the pan and turn on.
yes.
So that's not cooking. You're
I
basically
know.
putting something in the microwave.
No. What? I would never microwave to
No,
cook.
I'm saying it's the same vibes.
Yeah,
Like-
but it's like I just hate cutting vegetables, like cutting vegetables and stuff. I don't mind the seasoning part actually, but just cut my shit up. Like when I cook dinner, like yo, sister, like peel the potatoes. Like mom, you cut up broccoli. Then I'll wash it and whatever. But I just hate the prep be killing me. The prep be killing me sometimes.
Because cooking takes a long time.
You don't cook?
I do not cook.
At all?
I do not cook. That's why I date single fathers. That's exactly why.
Single fathers know how to cook.
They know how to cook.
That's a good idea.
That's just the truth. The last 2 boyfriends, phenomenal cooks.
So you don't fall into the stigma of, oh, I'm not dating a guy with a kid.
I prefer men with children.
Really?
That's usually my type. I usually tend to go for because
Let's unpack.
I've never heard this before.
yeah, I prefer men with children because one, I don't want to procreate. So you've already done it. Good for you.
Okay.
Honestly, just my experience has been great with single fathers that take care of their children.
Yes.
That's a very
important part.
But like, it's awesome because like, if he's cutting up his kids' snacks, my snacks are getting cut up too. You know, like I love that life. Like,
That's fun.
no, honestly, for me, it's been a great experience. But I understand like a lot of people have like the baby mother drama, the blah blah.
Yeah.
I won't date with guys with kids under 2.
Okay,
Because they
fair.
need to sort that out.
Yeah.
But like. I always prefer dating single fathers because I don't want to have children. I understand for men that's a very big deal. I'm glad that you have gone ahead and prepared that.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Prepare that.
Is there a limit of kids that you want to like? If you had like 6 kids?
3.
Okay, so
3,
no more
but
than
not
3.
3 different mothers because that's a lot of fighting.
Okay, so 3 with the same women.
Yeah, that's
okay.
fine.
You don't mind.
Well, also I am older. That's you know what I mean. Like the reality situation is I'm 35 years old. The chance of a man not having a child by now that he knows of is yeah,
Slim.
but even I was dating guys
stuff.
with a child when I was like 25. Like
Yeah. I don't know.
How do you feel about women with kids?
They're great people.
I used to
They're
say
they are A1.
Word.
So
I'm
you
not
would
gonna
like
lie.
seriously date a woman who was a single mother? Like
Yeah.
you would like be in a relationship with her?
Yeah.
I used to say
haven't,
no, never, but now I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm kind of warming up to the idea. Like, I think I would. It would. I think it would be a learning curve for me.
I have
but
dated.
I'm not
a mom,
opposed to
yeah,
it.
Actually,
so
I'm
people
not
talk
opposed
about
to it.
They're
attention, right? Is I want all the attention. I want our child to be first together.
yeah.
Because I don't want kids. That's relevant. And also, I would prefer a man has another because I've been a man's only interest, and it was a terrible situation for me.
that's a very
So
big thing.
Travel's gonna come before everyone for most in my life, right?
Yeah.
So I love that his attention. That child's always gonna come first, and as she should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and so I like not being the center of attention.
Okay, that's nice.
I think because
I
I'm
feel
the
that way.
youngest. No, go ahead.
No, just like not even really anything long. Just that's like a preference. Not it's a big word, but just something that I've thought to myself before. I do not want to be your biggest priority. I do not want to be
It's
the best
terrible.
thing, the most important thing going on in your life right now. That sounds like way too much. That's a lot of responsibility
It's
for
a
me.
lot
to hold.
of pressure. It's a
I
lot.
cannot talk to or date a girl that the girls that just don't do anything.
Yeah, no,
Their man
my
is their personality.
Oh, I
fuck that.
hate that.
yeah, no, that's
Not
not
a
it.
good time.
If I ask you what do you like to do and you just say I don't know stuff, it's a wrap.
Or whatever you like to
I
do.
mean that.
My God, I don't know. I just like to chill. What is that?
That's why I feel like I really like busy men. But then busy men don't have time for relationships.
But then I
So
see
now I'm in a
tweets that are like,
catch-22.
oh, you know, when you ask him what he's doing and he's always busy, he's always got something he's doing. Like
I don't. But the thing is, like,
I
I
hear
don't
the
mind.
opposite of what you just
Yeah,
said.
like I rather a man who's like I'm always busy or like I'm traveling a lot or I have. But I don't mind that at all. But then you get to the point where it's like, oh, I don't want a relationship because I'm always busy. I'm always traveling. So it's kind of like,
Well, you
Yeah,
can't be
there's
busy
a-
and broke. That's where my thing is because I'm like, what are you busy about?
yeah, exactly.
Because you don't have money, so I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So there's
the
that
episode
too.
tell you can't be busy. That's great. That should
and
everyone should have that in their zeitgeist. You can't be busy.
I have 2 jobs, like, and I make time. I really try to put effort into time into seeing people, like that I can, but I can't imagine me constantly telling people I'm busy and then they're like, you want to go out? And I'm like, I'm already short on funds. Like, what the hell am I doing with my time?
Yeah, you're right.
I think everyone knows those people. I know those people where it's like, yo, you're always at work, but you never have money. How?
That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's a little crazy.
What are you spending your money on?
Because literally what are you spending your money on? And why are you? Yeah, like with me, people know like I have a good job and whatever. So it's like if I usually most of the time like I'm never gonna be like thankfully like, oh, I can't go out because I can't. Most of the time I can't
Thankfully,
afford it.
yeah.
Thankfully, that's a blessing that I have. So it's like I'm never like, oh yeah, like can't do this because I can't afford it. I'm just
Well, it's just
in
like
a
the same
good
with people who
position.
are like, oh my God, you're so lucky to be on vacation. You want to upset me? Tell me how lucky I am to be on vacation. And I was
Yeah.
like, lucky? I worked 138 hours in 2 weeks. Tell me about luck.
Yeah,
Facts.
that is
I know
true.
them ones.
People do think like, oh, and when people ask me like, oh, who pays for your vacations? Oh my God, like you're so lucky. You're like, oh my God, you're going away again. And it's like, girl, like I be working. Like
I didn't win this in a sweepstakes.
Yeah,
like
literally, like I be working a lot.
Also, I think women with children are very like direct because they don't have time to really play around. And I like that out of people. I don't like the games. It's like, what do you want from me and what are we doing? Can we fit into each other's lives or not? Like,
So interesting you bring that up on the opposite part of sass. In my experience, a lot of men didn't like that I was forward. They find that too masculine. They want the chase. They want the, I know what I want immediately. But they want the chase because they find directness to be a masculine trait.
I think it's ego. I think it's ego driven because we want to feel like we won you over and like that we want you. Because if you just want to smash, that hurts my ego. Because if I actually wanted you and you just want to smash, now I'm like, damn, like I feel used. And guys aren't really used to being in that position.
Interesting.
I could see why that, but I'm not like that. But I can see why certain. It's definitely an ego thing.
I can see that.
I appreciate direct people.
I think that kind of goes back to an episode we had before about masculine and feminine energy.
Oh yeah, and that episode, that's probably the top performing episode we've ever had. That episode when I think it was the top download episode we ever had.
Yeah, it is. Still is.
Yeah, and it's just, to be honest, yeah, I don't really know. That argument still doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, but whatever.
Yeah, I think everyone has their own vibe, but yeah, I don't know, bro.
Well, I think that's where we also start having an issue with gender roles, right? Because if I don't conform to what femininity is supposed to be, does that make me less of a woman?
That's true.
Because I don't want kids and I don't cook, therefore I am lesser than?
Yeah, you're right. And some women would think of you as.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately.
Probably people in my own family. I'm Eastern European.
Yeah.
The regular, oh, she's going to university. Like, oh, that biological. I'm 35 years old and people are still asking me when I'm going to have kids. I've been telling people I don't want children since I was 13 years old.
Really?
But okay, 13, that's ridiculous. Fine.
Yeah.
23. Oh, I'm 35. And people are like, oh, you still have time. Like Halle Berry had a kid at 50.
Did she? Isn't that Janet Jackson?
Was Janet Jackson?
It was
Sorry,
Janet
but I think
Jackson.
Halle Berry.
But Halle Berry did also have a kid
later,
late.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like, why can't you just accept
that you
I
don't want kids?
Children? Like,
yeah. I feel like it's especially like Eastern European and like Caribbean. Like it's not like when people say you don't want kids, it's like, how do you not want kids? It's definitely a thing.
It's a personality flaw. To
it
them,
is definitely a personality flaw. Like what are you gonna just do? Just like exist and then not have a legacy after you? That's what people think.
Because for them, like kids is your life. Like that's why you live, is to have kids. Because you don't really. They ain't really like growing up. Our parents or parents' they ain't really do much. All you could do is go to work, and then you come home, and that's it. Like they didn't have hobbies and activities because they just work all day.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't have kids, what are you really doing?
Well, especially if you're. I mean, I don't know about you guys. If you guys are first gens, your parents, I'm sure were working their ass off.
Yeah.
I'm not a first gen. I am an immigrant.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was raised on also constantly working parents.
And when did you come to Canada?
1994.
You were how old?
I was 8.
Okay.
So,
and you have a lot of memories, like back home?
Unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
It's not exactly
It's not
the greatest.
the best,
Coming for a war-torn country, it's not the best memories.
Yeah.
But like, I piece things together sometimes. Sometimes things will come up that I just didn't know were back there. But like, that's why also I have a really tough time on Canadians and how lucky they are.
Oh, I could imagine.
Where they're born. And
Yeah.
I kind of reiterate that all the time because no, it doesn't mean your life is going to be perfect or it's going to be, I'm lucky I have 2 great parents. Not everyone has that.
Yeah.
But when I heard certain like arguments about being Canadian, I'm just like, man, if you guys knew how lucky you were.
Yeah.
And that's also when like the Ukraine war began and people were like, oh, well, why don't they just leave? And I lost it. Like,
Yeah, because it's so easy to just leave a country that's literally going through war. Yeah, let me just hop on my private jet while bombs are going off in my backyard. Yeah. Like, are people insane?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
It's really an experience that combats the phrase white privilege.
It's something. I get a lot of flack on my opinions on white privilege because
people look at you and they think, oh, well, you're white, so you have privilege, right? Or
no, it's not that. Is although I'm white, it doesn't absolve me from bad things happening to me.
Yeah.
Bad things are going to happen to me. The situation is at the same time that I was coming to Canada, so were people from Rwanda who were going through a war.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
it's between me and that refugee who's black, my time is going to be much easier than theirs.
Yeah.
Although we went through the same thing, that's white privilege.
Right.
I'm going to have an easier time. Maybe
Right.
my application process was easier. Maybe they were letting people in from Bosnia easier. They were letting people in from a black country like Rwanda. That's why I try to tell people, it doesn't mean my life, because that's usually the retort, right? Well, I've had X, Y, Z happen to me and I'm white.
Right.
Never said bad things won't happen to you. It's just if it happened to me and Zoe, it's going to be worse for Zoe. That's what it is.
I'm glad you said that because people really don't understand that.
Oh, yeah, I know.
It's a great nuance to that.
Just got that.
Don't fucking play with me. That's my Wakanda accent.
Damn.
Okay, well, yeah. So, those we talk about real quickly. No spoilers, because I know what
We're gonna do it. Let's do it.
We all watched it, right?
we all watched it. So we're not gonna give spoilers or try our best not to if you haven't seen it yet. But I saw it last night.
Man,
I really liked it.
Wait, when did you see it?
I saw it Sunday night.
I saw it Thursday.
Yeah, same. I saw it Thursday. Shout out to Marvel for inviting me to the premiere. You get me?
I saw that.
You get me?
He was on the red carpet.
Black carpet.
Black carpet.
Shit.
Ooh, fancy guys.
Come on.
'Cause you know it's Canada, so none of the people from the movie were there. 'Cause they don't care about us. But
course not.
it's a step in the right direction. You know, maybe next time I get invited to the LA premiere.
Yeah. But the movie was really good. I genuinely enjoyed it. I'm not gonna hold you. It was a really, really good film. But the accents were actually terrible.
Like y'all not over that yet?
No, I'm
we
not.
We did that last time. You know what to
Yeah,
expect.
but I feel like it was worse.
It wasn't until Angela Bassett's big like monologue thing.
I was like, who were there any
I
Africans
was like,
on
oh, it's
set?
Africans. They're trying to be.
Like, were there any Africans on set?
Maybe Wakanda's supposed to have its own accent. I don't know. I'm trying to shoot. Them
That's
some
what I
arrow.
thought until I got
Maybe?
to a point where it was like,
Maybe?
oh, it's yeah, that's what you're trying.
Maybe
to
they're trying to
sound
make
like.
a Wakanda accent.
So the last
Okay,
one was
and
Forrest
that
Whitaker,
makes
though.
me feel better. Because if
I just pulled that out of thin
you
air,
pulled that
but
out of your ass. I know that, but I'm
Maybe they
hoping
made a
that they're
Wakanda
trying to make a
accent.
Wakanda accent than trying to emulate. Because like, first of all, there's no African accent, right? There's how many countries in Africa? Like they
lot.
all sound. There's what?
52.
I said a lot.
Oh, I thought you said 11. I'm like, that is so wrong. But yeah, is it 52? I don't know. How many countries in Africa? Everyone in Africa sounds different depending on what country you're from. Even within the same country, whether you speak whatever language and you're part of whatever region, you sound different. So for my sanity's sake, I'm going to go with it's a Wakandan accent and they were not trying to emulate a part of Africa because I don't know what part of Africa they were trying to get at because it's not West African.
I don't think they could because I would have been crying laughing the whole time if they were doing like a Ghanaian or a Nigerian accent.
But it's like,
So you're telling me that we have to go to Canada to go retrieve the vibranium from these people?
The strength of the Black Panther.
Who are these people that are coming out of
Fabian.
the water to
Stripped away.
come and fight us? You want to have war with me? Eh?
I got nothing for that.
So you are the one that is making these machines that is helping these people do their bad things. You have to stop. It's not good. These things you are doing is not good things.
But then, like in retrospect, then you see the Namor.
yeah.
That's how he speaks, and it was just so elegant.
was so elegant and so fluent.
Right, it
Yeah.
just sounded.
It just
so
came out like
good.
butter.
Natural, yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just sounded so
So-
good.
He's
It's-
getting a good like.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's getting a good run.
But I heard some people were.
He was a
I
good
can't-
villain too.
He was a great villain.
I can't speak because I'm not a part of that community, but I heard he was getting a lot of flack.
From
I
like the
heard that,
Mexican
like, the
community?
what's
Or the
I don't know
Latin-
whatever the
Latinx?
proper term is. Yeah.
Is he's
Community,
Mexican, no?
So the
because
argument
he's,
is
like,
he
darker skin.
Yeah, he said that because people were like, "Oh, yay, like a Latin American actor," but he was like, "No, like I'm doing it for the natives." That was kind of thing. And his like whole interview I saw was he was like, "Oh, if you look at Mexican TV, he's like, I'm a brown boy, and on our TVs, all you see is people who look Scandinavian." Like that's not an accurate representation, and that's
heard
why
that
he
too.
was like, yeah, and then he was like, that's why he was happy to represent what he did. I thought it was
So some
good.
people were saying that like they were happy that there's a Latin superhero, but some people were upset because he's like a darker skinned Latin person.
So
as
what does that
opposed to the
mean? So
lighter
because
ones. It's still colorism within their community.
so because he's darker, what does that mean?
they're not jacking it.
What?
He's darker, literally. That's
Who's
it.
not jacking
Well,
it?
he tried to also
Them.
explain that it was like a representation of like Mayan culture. I think.
Of
it
course,
was.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
And people were like,
Some of the
'cause
Latin community.
and also the comment about in the movie about like the colonizers and like insulting Spanish. And they were like, Spanish is not an evil language, and he's like, well, how was it brought over here?
That was a good point because people only think of like English speaking countries when you say colonizers, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
France colonized, Spain colonized,
Spain
like,
colonized the
Belgium.
Philippines.
Portuguese.
Word.
Yeah.
They just kind of
Interesting.
slip under the rug when things happen. That's like what was it? Game 6 of the NBA Finals when homeboy missed the free throw and then everyone got mad at J.R. Smith because he ran.
Yeah.
But it's like if you hit the free throw, we would have been in this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
but
yeah,
he
you're
kind of
right,
just got to like
Great comparison. Great comparison.
he got
That
to
is true.
hide. He got to hide and make him take all the flack.
That is
George
true.
Hill got off.
George Hill got
dodged a bullet
nobody
'cause of
talks
J.R.
about
Smith.
George Hill missing the free throw.
Yeah.
Professional
we only talk
basketball
about
player
J.R.
missing
Smith
free
running
throws.
around
Yeah.
the fucking court with the ball like they were up 12.
Yeah, I remember that.
George Hill needs to come
He
forward
caught
about
a
that.
bullet.
Like that's
he
crazy.
dodged a bullet.
How you missing free throws as a professional basketball player with an 80% free throw average?
I always say
in
that.
the
People get mad at
finals?
me. I'm like, I don't understand how you miss free throws as a basketball player.
Word.
I think missing free throws is okay. I think it's very,
I mean, you can't be 100. That's impossible.
I think being
But-
Shaq though,
A
like
bad
being
shooter,
a
yeah,
bad
word.
free,
30%?
I really don't
Yeah.
understand.
I don't get
that.
it.
I
Your
don't
job
get
is
it
to play
either.
basketball. This
Like
is all
your
you
job,
do.
like,
It's
thank
mental.
you.
It's mental.
And
at
it's
that
an
point.
open shot. Like, how are you below? I don't think
free
you should be below
throws.
like 60%. If I'm being honest,
I think it's outrageous.
it becomes mental. It fully becomes mental.
you can't be below 60% in the NBA. You can't be
I
below
mean,
60%.
Shaq's hands are like.
What?
Well, they said it was like us holding a tennis ball. That was the
Yeah.
kind of the comparison with him.
Really?
Like, yeah, I remember that. But
I still feel like
It's
I
like when
hit
you
free
when you
throws.
shoot a ball like in beer pong. When guys basketball players playing beer pong, they're like trying to shoot the fucking ping pong
I'm sure
ball.
it's that
great
elegance too.
comparison.
Yeah.
Ball players playing beer pong.
But I still don't. But I still
That's
feel
what a
like
Shaq
if
free
I
throw's like?
no, but I still feel like if I took 500 beer pong shots a day, I would be splashing them.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, if you practice it and work on it,
I would
it's
be
your
splashing.
job and
I
you
don't
make
get it.
Hundreds of millions.
Do you think
of
it with
dollars.
Shaq also had to do with conditioning though? Because if you're tired, you're missing shots.
I mean, Ben Simmons
thought
is
that
in
was-
pretty good condition.
I thought that
Pretty
was
good
him
shape, but
being
he's
lazy.
still-
Yeah.
Like, Shaq never wanted to play a whole season. Like I think there's one season where he played 82 games, and it was his MVP season, ironically enough. But Shaq's like
It
was
must
always
be hard.
injured every season.
I
for
think
half the
he's
season.
like exceptional though. Like that's like a I know people
Yeah.
talk about Michael Jordan as a one in generation. I think Shaq was really like
As a
that's one of
force,
his-
yeah, for
he
sure,
was just
for sure.
Because it must be hard to be like 360 pounds, 7
He's not
foot
360.
running
Yeah,
up
he
and
is.
down.
No, he's not.
Why do you think he was
when
a
he
problem?
was playing ball
He was
or
300
currently?
pounds. I don't
like
think he was
3
listed.
bills.
as
360.
I think he's
What
really
was Shaq?
fit
I was
now.
exaggerating 360.
Okay,
he
I was
was
gonna say
definitely
360
3
is a lot.
bills.
I'll give him 3 bills for sure. He's like what 7'1", 7'2". I'd give him 3 bills, but not 3. 360 is
That's quite a bit. That's like Zion during the off season fat.
yeah.
360's crazy.
You think he was 360 during off season?
Nah,
but like he looked portly.
He was at least 290.
Yeah, he looked portly, like compared to what he looked like. Well, obviously, I don't expect him to be Duke sized anymore, but he definitely put on weight during summer.
Oh, during that off season, yeah, he was
It's
wild.
all that gumbo in Louisiana.
So yeah, Shaq consistently was listed at 325 pounds.
Okay, that makes sense. 360 was kind of.
I don't know, 360, 325. Like what?
Well, wasn't that
That's a 40-pound difference. That's a lot. That's still.
after
Is it?
320. How much of a difference is going on here?
I mean,
a lot.
if you're an offensive lineman, not much, but a basketball player running up
Yeah.
and down a court.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
But wasn't that Kobe's
Yeah.
point though, that he said that Shaq could have been even more if he had
he
just been
worked.
fit, if he was just, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
If he was more fit.
Yeah.
If he worked on himself and wasn't just relying on himself
I feel like
as a
he
force
was
of nature.
Shaq was definitely just
Winging it.
talents.
But I mean, yeah, if you're that big and you know I'm going to run down the court and everyone's going to move out the fucking way, do I really have to be that fit?
But that's what I mean. You could have been more. That's the whole
Yeah,
like.
yeah. I feel it.
Because look at Nikola Jokic.
Yeah.
Man was he was definitely 300 pounds. All he did was eat burek and drink Coca-Cola. Real Serbian.
Yeah.
God bless my Balkan people. You know what I mean? But look how
Yeah.
He came in and he's like slimmed down like crazy. I like him because representation matters, and he's bad shaped and runs up and down a court and is good, and I love that. For us.
still a
As in white people.
He looks very unathletic.
That's what I'm saying.
He does
He's
very
still
athletic
a-
things.
He's like every one of my uncles.
He's still a shock to me because like he has a hot dog body, but he's killing them.
Jokic and Doncic.
Doncic, yeah.
Doncic?
Yeah.
Luka ain't really
Luka
that.
looks like he's running in slow motion though.
But
like
that's
that man,
why it's
He
very
plays
much
so
like,
no sense.
what the fuck is going on
Like,
here?
it's like everybody's like,
slow.
run after him. Like, why are y'all just letting this man just? He
It
looks
makes
like
me
he's
feel
moving
like I
so
could play
slow.
defense on
I
it,
just
you
want
know?
to say I like the renaissance of the new Yugoslavian players because this is from the 90s Yugoslavian team when we were still a
Okay.
country.
When they beat US?
Yeah, that's exactly when.
Vladi.
This is a Dražen Petrovic jersey.
Yeah, be mad.
Oh my god, the accent.
What?
What did I say?
Fuck me.
Yeah.
How is that the phrase that you know in this language?
Because one of my best friends is Serbian.
And he was asking you to do that?
No,
No,
he
we
told me
say
how to
that
say
like-
hi, and he told me Yebisa.
Oh, that's
He
fuck
said
you.
Yebisa and Pershikuras. That's what he told
that's
me.
Go smoke a dick.
Oh,
Pushi
go-
kurec,
he
go
said it
smoke
was
a
suck a dick. So
Yeah, which is, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. Multilingual cast. Go
Oh,
on.
we cultured out. We used to Relentless Diaries. What'd you think? What'd you think this was?
You gotta hold it down for the rest of us. I don't know what the fuck y'all say.
I'm halfway. I gotta do the, you gotta hold up.
Your mom's Eastern European? I thought she was
No,
Canadian.
no, but I'm just saying, like, if I gotta fill a gap, I got you.
All I
You
know
gotta
is que
check all the
hermosa te
diversity.
ves.
What?
I said, all I know is que hermosa te ves. That means how beautiful do you look tonight. I learned that
I heard
one
the
in
Hermosa
Mexico.
and I was like,
I learned that one in Mexico when I was trying to holler at the girls that work behind the bar.
Bro, when I went to the Dominican Republic in like 2017, all the men kept saying, "Oh, Linda, Linda, blah blah blah," and I was like, "Yo, why the fuck they keep calling me Linda?" And Linda apparently means pretty.
beautiful.
I was so confused.
We were in Cuba and walked by a bunch of like workers and they were like, okay, Linda. My mom was like, her name is Mirna. And I was like, no, mom. Like,
Yeah, they're like, "Ooh, what about Linda, Linda?" And I'm like, they keep calling me fucking Linda. And my friend made her Instagram. She was dying because she speaks Spanish. She was like, "Yo, you're an idiot." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "That means beautiful, pretty." And I'm like, "Oh." And their caption was, "They keep calling me Linda on Instagram." And I'm like, "Dog, I'm crying because literally they kept calling me Linda, and I don't get it."
listen, Linda.
Literally, and I'm like,
Linda.
"It's not Linda." I'm like, "What are you guys talking about?" He's like, "Oh, Linda." I'm like, "Who is Linda?" Not me. My name is Zoe.
All right.
Anyways,
Well then,
this has been great.
how's
What are
it
we
going?
at?
We at hour 46.
That's it.
How long are they usually?
Usually,
We touch about 2 hours, but we don't. Yeah,
We covered a lot though.
we did cover a lot.
it feels like it's been way longer.
It feels like it's been like
Yeah.
2.5. I'm actually surprised that we're at an hour and 46. Well,
World Cup predictions. Can I do that?
you can do that.
I don't know.
I am not a soccer-
football
Come on,
man.
guys.
I'm so
not a
sorry.
At least
football
say
man.
Canada.
Jamaica?
No,
Are we
let's
in it?
not
They're not
play
in it.
ourselves.
Reggae Boys
Trinidad.
didn't make it.
Jamaica,
Soca Monarchs didn't make it either.
Soca Monarchs. That's their
Soca
name.
Monarch.
Crazy.
That's the name of the
That's
World
wild.
Soca Monarchs.
The team?
I'm pretty sure Trinidadian team is Soca Monarchs.
didn't
yeah.
wanna win.
And
They
Jamaica's
never wanted
Reggae
to win.
Boys.
Oh, you're not making.
Yeah,
a
I know
joke.
the Reggae Boys was true.
I thought you were making a joke.
No.
Are they the
that's
Soca
not what-
Monarchs?
that's
Yeah, pretty
not
sure
what
they're
we're
the Soca
called.
Monarchs.
No.
The Reggae Boys and
We
the
have the
Soca
intranets.
Monarchs. I know about the Reggae Boys.
Yeah, I know about
but the
Reggae Boys too, obviously.
Soca
The
Soca
Monarchs.
Monarchs?
Wow.
Oh,
I'm
so
not really-
who's in the World Cup?
I gotta
then?
contend with that.
I'm not
Canada's
jacking
in it,
that.
obviously.
The serious
said
teams,
Canada.
the teams that
What
actually
do you
want to
mean
practice
serious?
and
You don't
do
think
work.
Jamaica has serious soccer players?
No.
Raheem Sterling plays for
Jamaica
England. Never
is
mind,
known
sorry.
for their team being
Sorry.
unserious.
Okay, so what are the serious teams? Like, what are black teams that should be rooting for?
France.
Oh, a lot of black people in France? Oh, not a lot, but
sorry.
a lot of black players.
It's not
I mean,
Soca
run
Monarchs.
that team.
It's Soca Warriors.
Even
Oh my
worse.
God.
Sorry.
The
My bad.
Soca
I've heard that
Warriors.
phrase.
I thought that was just a phrase that people made. That's the
I
name
thought that
of
was
the
the phrase of the people who attack Zoe when she says she doesn't like Soca.
Soca Warriors.
Listen,
So they run out to Palance.
all I'm going to say...
One,
End it.
2, 3, 4. Onto the field.
First of all, okay. Soca is... Okay.
Oh boy.
These are the opinions of Zoe.
Oh boy.
And not of
We
me.
do not represent this.
There's a lot of leg
Relax.
gal that like soca, so
I'm not
saying that.
mad. Okay.
When we touch
You
down,
got it.
the old place shell down.
Okay, I know a few tracks. Don't get me wrong, right? Because I have Soca Warrior friends. I know a few, tracks. Like I look, okay, I know the words to this. And I have a select like few I'll pull. I'm like, okay, but I like this. But as a whole genre, it's not giving. It's not. As a whole genre, it's not. People are like, oh, dancehall's all gunna your hole and pussy. I'm like, yes, I love that. Afrobeats is all, like,
So I like Afrobeats.
I love
is all
Afrobeats.
But it's too relaxed for me.
But the thing is, Afrobeats, and you can do, what I love about Afrobeats is versatility, right?
Yeah.
I can be in the club while into
There's a lot
Afrobeats.
to
I can be
accomplish.
working.
It's like it's giving as a phrase. Like,
It's-
you can get a lot
Afrobeats
done.
is literally giving. Like, I can be working and I can have Afrobeats in the background. Doesn't bother me. I can be in the club going hard at Afrobeats. I can be in the car, Afrobeats. I can be, reading Afrobeats. Like, it's just so versatile. It has a perfect balance between wilding out and relaxation. Dancehall, I can't do that with all the time. Like, I can listen to dancehall in the car, but I can listen to dancehall while I'm working. Like, it's not. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna whine. What I'm
I
saying?
have to ask, is the music playing out loud?
What do you mean?
Like when you're at work?
Oh no, I work from home.
Oh, because I was like, I can't imagine being bless me, baptize me, cocky. And you're like, pardon?
Shaped like banana. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Anyways,
Walk a girl from you. Say she a study business. Me tell her say pussy on me body business.
set good like the ice in a freezer. No, okay. Okay. But point is, like, with soca, it's just like, man, I don't know. It's just not. I just can't.
You can't deal with Pondy Road?
No. And I don't. I can do with soca in certain settings.
Would you go to a soca fete?
No.
Yeah. I used to be like that. I'm not gonna lie. I went to Tsunami. Tsunami was the most fun I had all summer. That was a blast. I had a blast. You heard my voice crack? That's how excited I was.
I remember
I'm
your
going
stories
back.
when you
I'm
went.
going
It was lit.
again.
It was lit.
I am
To
going
where tsunami, I don't like getting
100%.
wet. If I don't want to be wet, I don't like. I don't like.
Powder, paint, that's not
I don't
you,
like
eh?
powder. I don't like paint. I don't like oil.
I love that shit.
I went to that
I
one too.
hate
What
it.
was that one called? It wasn't
June?
Soca or Die.
Juve in June?
No, it's like the one that they have every year. What's like the main one?
Soca or die?
No, it wasn't Soca or Die.
Decal? Don't cry, leave in?
I've been in that, but no, I don't know why I'm not.
There's
remembering.
Return Fete. There's
Jab.
oh yeah.
Jab. It was that one. I think Tsunami was more fun than Jab. But I just went to all those because it was free.
I just
But-
miss when we used to have government, and you go to
House.
Cool House and government, and you go middle of winter. February is usually when Carnival is in Trinidad, and Dr. J would have Decal and then Return Fete, and
I went to that once
and
in
it's
like
like
2018.
and it's like
It was at
middle of
Rebel.
winter, and you have to check your track pants, and you come out and have the corn soup, man. Like that was
I
like a
remember
whole
that.
experience.
It was at Rebel and it was cold.
yeah, that's usually February.
That's crazy.
Remember the same cold you said you wouldn't dance to EDM to? You danced to
Yeah.
soca to, huh?
But I'm inside.
Just end that
but
shit
I'm
right here, dog.
inside. It's different.
Soca in the winter.
Have you ever been on Soca on Ice when they have it?
Soca on ice?
You guys have never been?
Oh,
No, seriously.
that's wild.
That's one of the most, I
Soca on
think,
ice.
cool Toronto
What a
things
concept.
ever. You know how they have like the skating rink over like by
Mm-hmm.
the water? So they'll have soca music playing and people are skating to it. I think that's such a like an awesome Toronto thing, right?
Can you imagine 400 people on skates to Palans?
Yes.
All right, we're going to skate this way.
No.
1, 2, 3. What's that would be amazing.
I'm just saying it's pretty darn neat, okay?
I'm closing it right here.
Land the plane, so.
Landing the fucking plane. This plane has been gone away for too long.
Do they still throw paint and powder on the ice?
No, that's not a Juve. It's just skating. Mind you, like people don't go like full Tanya Harding and like lift people in there to like pick up
They do
something.
that?
Alive?
No, they don't.
Oh,
That's what
I'm like,
saying. They
holy
do.
Run with
shit.
it?
Oh,
On
yeah.
ice?
Danger.
That would be crazy.
You're an idiot.
Doing pirouettes with people in the sky.
Anyways, y'all, this has been great. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having
As our first, you're our first non-black guest.
I love integration.
Look at the diversity. After 2 years of Relentless Diaries, we have our first non-black guest.
And you picked an
only right.
immigrant.
It's only
Well,
right. that
it's
our
only
first-
right. I don't like a lot of white people. You're like probably like one of like 3 on my list.
And you picked like the Aryan of the Aryanist with the blue eyes and the blonde hair. Like
Hey,
You have blonde
yeah.
hair?
I'm naturally blonde.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I'm not blonde, blue eyed. It's about as Aryan as it gets.
Jeez.
It's
Fuck off.
let me not. It's
Yeah,
the wrong
yeah,
time.
no, yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah.
What? What are you saying? Yeah, shut. Are you
I
really?
don't know nothing.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Did you ask her if she's Aryan? Is that
No,
what you-
first of all, no. First of all, That's not what I said.
We were doing so
That's not
good.
what I said.
Are you of the
she
Aryan
said
race?
Aryan. She said she was blonde, and I'm very shocked. I've never seen you blonde ever.
There's a reason. I look like Eminem. Like, what the
Oh,
fuck? Like, there's no. I'm good.
Like you're that blonde?
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny because Bosnia is like 80% Muslim. So it's really interesting when you see like blonde Muslims and redhead. Half my family's redheaded and freckled, and they're redheaded Muslims. Like, it really like trips
Are you
people
Muslim?
out. My father is, yeah.
Oh wow.
And my father's not me. I'm haram. I drink and eat pork.
No halal, only haram.
She's about to say we're outshallah in any moment.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
No,
it.
let's do it. Do
No,
it.
I'm not.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not
do it.
saying it.
Yes, Zoe,
No.
do it.
Inshallah only.
No. This is Relentless
Remember,
Diaries. This is not.
Haram in the streets,
place.
halal in the streets.
Is that what it is?
No, say what you. I know what you want to say.
What?
Say it.
I don't say anything. Inshallah. What is it? Heaven ting. Never heaven ting.
Prayers up there.
Oh, no.
I thought that's what you meant.
I'm not going to say it.
That's what you meant.
Wow, so I did not know you were blonde. Sorry. Before we wrap up. Do you have pictures of you blonde? Really? Not one? Not even when you were a kid? You must have. You're lying. You have pictures.
You expect me to have we barely came here with clothes on our backs. You
Your
expect
mom
me to
must have something.
pictures.
Your mom must have something in the tuck. She has to have something. I want to see a picture of you blonde. So when have you've been here, like your hair's been dark for how long?
My parents said if I had perfect grades, I could start dyeing my hair when I was 14. So,
It's been that dark.
oh no, it's been like blue, pink.
But since you were 14,
Yeah.
you've never had blonde hair.
I had it like 2 months ago. I had it lightened, but that was about as light as it
Yeah,
went.
but you can tell, like, it wasn't like fully like natural. Wow. I would have never guessed.
Good,
Wow.
good.
I
Look
cannot
at
picture.
me. It's blonde.
Oh my God.
Not where it matters though. Had to get that lasered.
Oh God. Okay.
Relentless Diaries.
This has been episode 20 something.
20 something.
Relentless Diaries. Thank you so much, Mirna, the Impatient Tourist, for coming on. You guys check out her blog. Go to her with all of your travel needs. The boys.
I'm gonna take a trip next birthday, so I'll.
Yeah,
hit you
well,
up.
365 from here. We'll be back, and I'll remember November 14th.
And we will remember November 14th.
November 14th.
I won't hold my breath.
November 14th. We got it. All right, y'all. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Relentless. Relentless.